Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3. Tiger Bowl set to kick off in about 35 minutes.
You sound good, Mr. Struck. We'll hit the crowd mic real quick here.
When
3 is the crowd.
When don't I sound good there?
That's a question of the day. I don't know. Voice of an angel.
Boy, does University of Miami look good at football again this year.
What's the score in that one right now?
Let's see what it is now. But
wasn't it like 31-3 at one point?
Yeah, it's 41-13. Boy, didn't SDSU make a name for themselves last night.
I didn't get to see any of it, but someone told me today they looked really good.
They trounced Colorado. They were up 35-10 in the third quarter, and then they started pulling starters, won 41-23.
So, oops. I'm the wrong thing. I need to get in this. Okay, so where are we at? Oh, we are close here. We are, I think, 13 seconds away.
Okay.
Excuse me. I gotta turn that.
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show.
Welcome, everyone, to Harrisburg, South Dakota for a matchup of two of the top three teams in AAA football this evening here at Harrisburg High School. Today, we've got a matchup between number 3, Sioux Falls O'Gorman, and number 1, the Harrisburg Tigers. I'm Isaac Struck with Real Presence Radio. I'll introduce my partner tonight in a couple of minutes, but first I want to set the stage for this fantastic football game that we are going to have on hands. So the Tiger Bowl tonight, this will be the annual Tiger Bowl game. It started back in 2008. It's similar to O'Gorman's Dakota Bowl, and tonight's game will be the second time that these two teams have met in the Tiger Bowl, with the Knights previously winning that first meeting in the Tiger Bowl back in 2018, 32-15. So both these teams are coming in to this game off of Week 1 wins over top 3 teams in the state. So the Tigers defeated number 1 AA team, the Pure Governors, 56-20 last week, and then O'Gorman in that Marathon Dakota Bowl defeated Roosevelt 14-12. So both these teams coming in off of good performances last week. So now tonight I'm joined by Dan Johnson, Dan Scoop Johnson. He's always got the word on the street.
I gave you a scoop yesterday. I heard who was going to be here, but we won't talk about that a little bit yet. So, good evening. Hey, different weather than last Saturday.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely.
Hey, several ways to listen to the game tonight. You can listen to 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at realpresenceradio.com by clicking Now and Then, 94.5 FM, 91.3 FM Hartford, or our free mobile app by clicking the stations 94.5, 91.3. And finally, our YouTube. You can watch the game at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls, our video stream. Now, let's talk about the last week for the Knights. They started their season off last Saturday night, the 43rd Annual Bob Burns Dakota Bowl against the Sioux Falls Rough Riders. It took 4 days and 3 attempts due to rain and lightning before the game finally concluded on a late Tuesday afternoon. I'm not sure. It might be one of the longest games in South Dakota football history. Brett, you might want to check on that because we might hold the record for that. So, O'Gorman and Roosevelt never got started on Saturday night because of the rain and lightning. Then it was moved to Monday afternoon where they played the first half. O'Gorman led 7-6. It was halftime. The band was ready to take the field, put on the big show, and all of a sudden, lightning, they took everybody out of there again, and we postponed it again until Tuesday. We picked up forward to Tuesday afternoon, where we played the second half. Right away, O'Gorman got a 75-yard touchdown pass from Bennett Dannebrog to Manny Struck to increase their lead to 14-6. And Rosie answered back in the final minutes of the game from Jackson Brower on a 31-yard touchdown pass to DeAndre Joseph, put the Knights within 2, and the Knights stopped the 2-point conversion and eventually recovered the onside kick, and they've won 14-12 victory finally. So, Isaac, take away from the O'Gorman win 14-12. I got a 2-part question here for you. What did O'Gorman do well, and what did they struggle with last week?
Well, O'Gorman's defense played really well throughout the game. They were obviously kind of the mainstay of the ball game. Besides that touchdown right at the very end of that ball game, they had only allowed 6 points, and it had been a pretty stout performance defensively for the Knights. Now, on the other hand, the offense, we really struggled to sustain drives, to push the ball consistently down the field. We only picked up 6 first downs and only ran about 40 plays of offense for 214 total yards. We had 7 penalties for 70 yards. We were 2-9 on third down. So we really struggled last week offensively, hoping that script flips tonight against a really good Harrisburg team. We got to start getting the ball down the field and push with pace, but as well as sustain a drive and not go 1, 2, 3 and out.
Okay, you being the quarterback under one of Poppinger's first years here at O'Gorman, how do you assess Dannebrink's first career start last week against Rosie?
Well, I would say that he wasn't as comfortable as you would like him to see, and that's obviously it's his first ever varsity start for a completely new school and a completely new offense. He doesn't know it as well as the rest of the team. He looked a little bit jittery and nervous, which is exactly what you expect out of everybody, but he really showed a lot of promise with his play on the ground. He's really good at using his feet. He will be able to start converting on some of these passes. Obviously, you're still trying to figure out your receivers and timing, so that will be something to look forward to as once these guys start to kind of mesh together completely as a team. I'm really excited for Bennett Dannenbrink, and this is only his second game of a 2-year career here, so it's going to be really exciting to watch him.
Okay, the Knights' opponent tonight is the number 1 AAA-ranked Harrisburg Tigers, coming off an impressive 56-20 win over the number 1 AA Pierre Governors last Friday. Pierre got off to an early start, 13-7 lead, 2 long touchdown passes. Tigers answered back with 28 straight points and took a 42-20 lead at halftime, and they never looked back. Senior quarterback, roll your boat, Minnesota Gopher commit Jacob Knuth led the way with an impressive performance. 12 for 17, 278 yards in the air with 4 touchdowns. And top it off, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I'll tell you what, Big Ten, here he comes. So, okay, Isaac, rest factor. Harrisburg's had over a week. We got done playing Tuesday. What's that going to play in tonight?
You know, it is going to play a big role, and something to to look out for is that early fatigue from O'Gorman. You know, they actually had to practice on Thursday morning at 6:15 a.m. because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get the field with the rain that came in Thursday afternoon. So they actually had 2 practices in the same day, 6:15 a.m., got back to O'Gorman just in time for school, and then right after school practiced again. So having 2 practices in a day during a football season is nowhere near ideal. So you got to watch for that first quarter fatigue here right out of the gates from Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Okay, what the defense's biggest challenge tonight? You know, is it going to be rushing or the passing of the Tigers?
No, I think that you got to look out for Jacob Knuth. Obviously, the Minnesota commit, he's going to come in here and try to facilitate the offense the best that he can. But they always have a solid running game. They've got some big linemen up front. They'll be able to push us around. O'Gorman's going to have to play a really complete game on defense tonight and not give them a bunch of free yards on first down, hoping that a second and long situation is something that Harrisburg sees a lot tonight and has to go through the air to convert on some more intermediate routes rather than getting 3-4 yards on first down and having about 7 to go with the next 2 downs.
You talked about the O'Gorman offense. We struggled last week, no doubt about it. So what are they, tonight to be more efficient, what do you expect from the Knights?
I think they're going to try to spread the ball around the field a little bit, let some of our guys go out and make plays in space, and then you're going to see the run game try to hopefully gain some ground early. I think you're going to see a lot more rollout passes, quick screen passes, and then try to get things to the perimeter of the field. You're not going to see a whole lot of over the middle just because Harrisburg's got some dudes up front, and you're going to have to get things out quick. And now I could be completely wrong, but I'm expecting to see a little bit more of a read option kind of pass-style RPO offensive attack today. So now it's time for our scoreboard update. Some other games from around the state in AA and AAA. Dan, you want to let us know how those games have been going last night and this afternoon?
Okay, last night was Brookings 42, Douglas 0, Rapid City Central 14, Sioux Falls, Washington 62. That was at Howard Wood. Here in 34 at Spearfish 9, Sturgis Brown got whipped by T-Area 52-0. Pier 35, Mitchell 20, Aberdeen Central 40, Yankton 28. This afternoon playing out in Rapid City, Roosevelt at Rapid City Stevens. And we have an update, 22-0. The Stevens is on top of the Rough Riders in Roosevelt. Watertown is at Sioux Falls Lincoln Howard Wood. That started at be starting here at 6. And then Sioux Falls Jefferson is at Brandon Valley tonight. This afternoon here at the Tiger Bowl, the boys soccer played Harrisburg, ended up in the 1-1 tie. The girls played a little bit later, and they got beat 3-0 by the Lady Tigers of Harrisburg. And then the volleyball, ladies won 3 games of zip. So not too bad start for the Gorman Knights for the Tiger Bowl.
So coming up on the other side of the break, Brett Byler had a chance to sit down with Harrisburg football coach Brandon White to find out the keys for victory tonight for the Tigers over O'Gorman. And that interview is next on the Knights Game Day Show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to Therese at realpresenceradio.com. That's Therese at realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is Therese at realpresenceradio.com.
Here at Catholic Family Services, we believe counseling is for everyone. Catholic Family Services is here to help whether you are navigating a life transition, such as going to college or changing career paths, wanting to improve your communication skills, making plans for your future family, or wanting to understand mental health. If you would like more information or to set up an appointment with one of our trained professionals, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Harrisburg football coach Brandon White. Coach, your team opened the season last Friday night in a battle of number ones as you defeated number one in AA Peer Governors, 56-20 in Harrisburg. First off, what impressed you most about your team's opening night performance against a very good peer team?
They came out ready to play football. We were able to score early, and then they scored a couple quick ones with Keenholz making some really good throws. And then, I really appreciate the way our kids responded in that second half. I thought defensively we were really, really stout, really clamped down. And first half, we weren't getting to the right spot, defensively, and they were making good plays. Just the response, being down 13-7, then pretty much scoring 28 straight there was a big deal. And just how they approached the game and how they prepared themselves was really pleased with.
Your offense coach had 518 total yards in the game against Pierre. Your quarterback Jacob Canoe threw for 278 yards, while running back Gavin Ross had 216 yards on the ground. A very balanced attack. What stood out to you most about your offense's performance?
Just how balanced we were, being able to rush the ball and how physical we were at the point of attack with our front five up front there. And, we were play out, moving the line of scrimmage. And we knew going into that game that was going to have to be a big deal is controlling that and making sure we're able to stay balanced. We like to run the football. We also like to throw it. So we were pleased that we were able to do both.
And Coach, all really good football teams for the most part have an identity by the end of the season. If you look at your team this year, what do you feel like that identity will be?
It's hard to tell right now. We're hoping to be multidimensional and very balanced in our screen game and then our deep pass game, quick pass game, and our run game. So offensively, we want to be that. And then defensively, I hope our identity is we are fast and physical. We did that in the second half. It was hot. We got tired a little bit, but our kids got their second win and really played with another level of speed that we've been looking for, and they've been practicing that, and it was good for it to come out during that game.
Your team coach had 2 road victories in the playoffs last year at O'Gorman and then versus Roosevelt at Howard Wood before falling to Brandon Valley in the state title game. How valuable was that playoff experience from last year for your current players, and also losing a state title game? How much extra motivation has that been for your boys going to this offseason and to the beginning of this season?
Winning on the road in the playoffs is a very, very difficult task, especially at the level we play at. Winning at home is even hard, but to go on the road and knock off 2 very successful programs, year in, year out was very, very promising for our program, and we're able to build off those. I think all it does is gives your kids confidence that they can win anywhere at any time, and we have to play well every single time to accomplish that. And going to the championship game, kind of revenging a little bit of a blowout at their place, week 8 there, not being able to get off the field defensively, and then being able to play 14-14 at half and having a shot to win that football game is big. It's just confidence and understanding that if we prepare week in, week out, we're going to be in positions to win games.
And now tonight, Coach, your team plays Sioux Falls O'Gorman in the Tiger Bowl. What does your offense need to do to continue to have success like you did last week against Shannon Poppinga's O'Gorman defense that held Roosevelt to 12 points in the Dakota Bowl?
Being balanced again. We have to be able to run the football effectively and keep them on their heels a little bit and not being able to tee off on one side of one aspect of the game. We got to make big plays. We're a team that we can make them at times, but also we're going to find out that we're going to have to, if we want to score, we're going to have to put 10 or 12 play drives together. Just have to against good football teams and well-coached teams. And then defensively, we're very similar. We're going to have to keep them from making big plays and making sure they're not going 10, 12 plays, down the field and keeping our offense off the field.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time, and good luck tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
We'd like to thank Coach White for his time as always. Don't go anywhere, folks, because Brett Byler had a chance to sit down with O'Gorman head football coach Jason Poppinga, and that interview is next on the Night's Game Day Show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, president of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End of Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time: lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in Eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
Welcome back to the Night's Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Sioux Falls O'Gorman football coach Jason Poppinga. Coach, your team defeated Roosevelt on day 3 of the Dakota Bowl Tuesday night with a final score of 14-12. What do you think were some of the biggest reasons your team was able to pull off the victory against a good Roosevelt team?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously caught some breaks in that game and made some big plays. I mean, that's what it really comes down to against good teams, is who can make the big plays and make the fewer mistakes. And, the big plays for us, outnumbered those mistakes. Some of those big plays, obviously, Alpers is, a great catch that he had that set up the touchdown. Our first score, the big play to Manny Struck, that big pass play, and then defensively the stands, getting the turnover in the first quarter right away that set up the score, stopping the 2-point conversion the first time, which was a huge play, especially early in the year when a lot of teams would just kind of put their head down after they just got beat. But I think it was Andrew Nelson, stepped up, made that tackle, stopping the second 2-point conversion. Those are high pressure situations that we're in. And then, covering the onside kick, all of those things were huge, and us winning that we had a chance to throw it away. When we look at us individually, we weren't happy with how we played offensively. We really shot ourselves in the foot. We could have sealed the game without ever letting them have the comeback, on the screen pass, and then we get the penalty that's called to us. We have a ball go off the quarterback's hands and we lose 15 yards. We blow an assignment in the backfield, and as a result we get sacked and get intentional grounding. I mean, all of those were plays that we would have went for 15, 20, 30 yards and ends up being -10, -15. So, I mean, we really shot ourselves in the foot in maintaining drives and putting more points on the board.
Coach, I know coming into the game, one of your bigger concerns was your offensive line, having 4 new starters on that unit and also being undersized this year. Overall, how do you feel that group played against Roosevelt?
Oh, really well. I mean, we were really happy with them. I thought David Vasquez did a great job. There's a couple times, like when we ran little boot rollouts, that he worked really hard this last week on being good at picking up his seal block, and he did that. I mean, there's always going to be issues. We let a few guys go. I mean, that's going to happen, but, play in and play out, I mean, it wasn't like we were worried or that concerned about what our offensive line was doing. So, hats off to them on the job of them preparing this last week.
Now tonight, Coach, we had number 1 Harrisburg in the Tiger Bowl at their place. How important will it be for your offense tonight to be able to sustain drives, have those 7 to 10 play drives against Harrisburg, if nothing else, to maybe even keep their high-powered offense off the field?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, we know that this game isn't going to be a low-scoring game. If it is, I'll be shocked. We always talk about 21-point line, saying that, if we can't score at least 21 points, our chance of winning games are really slim, and especially against Harrisburg, I think it's going to be more like a 30-some point line. That our defense is going to give up points just by the athleticism that we see. I mean, I think they have 3, Division I, Division II commits on their offensive line. Their quarterback's, Power 5 commit. The running back he's big, he's powerful, runs really well. A couple of receivers have already committed to colleges. Their offense is, loaded. You're playing a college-type team out there as far as their skill and athleticism. So, we're going to give up points just by the fact of that we're going to be outmatched at some point. So, in order to stay in the game, our offense is going to have to match those blow-to-blow sometimes.
In that offense, Coach, you have a new quarterback this year. Barnett Dannenberg made his first career start as sophomore for you against Roosevelt. What would you like to see tonight as Bennett's biggest improvement game 2 compared to game 1?
Yeah, just staying in rhythm. We saw that. I mean, he was obviously nervous, one, playing the school that he transferred from, two, being in the Dakota Bowl, three, being a completely new team and new atmosphere for him being part of O'Gorman. But, I think he looked and saw that, hey, I didn't play very well. And the simple things, I think he sees that, well, if I stay within the scheme and just do my footwork, go through my progression, this is going to be easy and we're going to do really well. So that's where we're going to come back in. And if he plays well, and throws the ball well and we have a good passing game, we feel good about tonight that we can at least stay in this game.
And finally, Coach, on your defensive side of the ball, Harrisburg put up 518 yards against Pierre. Canoe threw for 278. Ross ran for 216. What does your brother's defense, need to do tonight to try to slow down that Harrisburg offense?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be really aggressive in our linebacking core. Obviously that 200 yards of rushing needs to be cut in half. And then minimize the big play. I mean, a lot of those pass plays are deep, man-to-man type routes that they're winning over the top. You saw 60, 80-yard touchdown passes from Knuth just on easy pitch-and-catch throws that were bad coverages. So, I mean, our back end of our secondary has to play really well, and they have to earn each one of those plays.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you very much, Brett.
And we'd like to thank Coach Pomega for his time as always. Coming up after the break, we'll find out what the Knights need to do to upset the Harrisburg Tigers in our keys of victory. You're listening to Bishop O'Gorman High School football on Real Presence Radio.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, here home of the Tiger Bowl, as we get ready for O'Gorman and Harrisburg to get ready to kick off in about 12-ish minutes. But before then, we've got our Keys to Victory segment for tonight's ball game. So, important for tonight's ball game, we got to win that turnover battle as always. O'Gorman forced 2 turnovers against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and there they are. I knew it, Dan. I called it.
Yep.
Offense needs to sustain drives. We only had 6 first downs versus Roosevelt. Can't give up the big plays. Lincoln Carlson caught a 57 and 85-yard touchdown last week, and Andrew Walter had a 39-yard touchdown catch as well. We also got to slow down Harrisburg's rushing attack. Gavin Ross had 216 yards and 2 touchdowns versus Pierre last week, and O'Gorman held Roosevelt to only 87 yards rushing on 30 attempts. Finally, we got to cut down on the penalties and be better on third downs. We were only 2 for 9 on third downs last week. So now we'll get our pick-to-click player of the ball game for O'Gorman tonight. I'm going to start off. I'm going to pick my brother tonight. He had a great game last week. I think he's going to play well on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So Manny Struck will be my pick-to-click tonight. And Dan, how about you?
I'm going with the senior, number 15, Andrew Nelson.
Perfect idea.
He, the kicker, but also he plays offense. I mean, I tell you what, I really like the way that young man plays. So my pick-to-click player tonight is number 15, Andrew Nelson.
A couple players to watch out for. Harrisburg has Minnesota commit Jacob Knuth at quarterback. He accounted for 6 total touchdowns last week. Lincoln Carlson and Cade Larson, another 2 players to look out for Harrisburg this year. And some big playmakers for them. So we're going to take one more quick break here. Stay tuned for the Knights Game Day show to continue on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
I'm Bishop Donald DeGrood. I'd like to invite you to the Through God's Love Conference on Saturday, October 30th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Over the last few months, we've been spreading the word about the diocesan vision, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. Now I'd like to invite you to participate in this conference, where we will help you respond to God's call and in turn help others know and love Him themselves. Visit sfcatholic.org and join me in the renewal the Holy Spirit is working in our diocese.
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Football is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Closets and More, and JMJ Caseworks. The BB Agency, Knights of Columbus Insurance, Crossroads Book and Music, Pizza Ranch, and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street.
Kickoff to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights football, let's go to the field.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. We're getting ready for the national anthem here to be played on the field, and during that national anthem, we'll listen to our prayer tonight. So our prayer on the Knights Game Day show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
This is Father Paul Rutten, the pastor of St. Mary's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We come to you today aware of the great gift that our faith is to us, and we ask God to bless our athletes, our spectators. And so we begin in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good and gracious God, we give you thanks and praise for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon our life. We ask in a particular way, Heavenly Father, that you may be with all of our athletes, that you may fill them with a great sense of peace and joy, that they may compete worthily, that they may be protected from any challenges, any injuries. We ask as well that those that may watch may know the gift that it is to be a fan, to celebrate the gift of victories, to know the reality of defeat, but to most importantly know your presence in our life. We ask this blessing upon each and every one of us in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
So a beautiful guitar rendition of the Star Spangled Banner performed by one of the students at Harrisburg High School for our national anthem. So now we swing it back up to the broadcast booth here when we are getting ready to set the stage. This will be the 7th meeting between these two teams. O'Gorman holds an all-time 5-1 lead in this series. The only time that they got beat was last year's playoff game back at O'Gorman High School. Remember, O'Gorman beat Harrisburg the week before at Harrisburg, then ended up getting the higher seed, had Harrisburg come back and play them on their home turf and got upset by Harrisburg that night. So we're going to skip that part anyway. And now this will be the Harrisburg's first ever win over O'Gorman, and O'Gorman won the previous week with, like I just said, in that overtime game, closed it out with a touchdown. And then in 2019, O'Gorman won to close out the regular season 37-15. And the following week, the Knights defeated Harrisburg in the first round of the playoffs 24-20. So besides the Tiger Bowl from back in 2018, this is the first time that O'Gorman and Harrisburg have met, besides it being the last game of the season or the playoff game of the season. So now we're going to get to our starting lineups for both teams and introduce those. We'll start with Harrisburg defensively here. So for Harrisburg at defensive end, number 48, Christian Heardy. And then at nose tackle, number 73, Jordan Larson. Another DN, number 87, Aiden Foley. Skylar Vodzinski will be playing kind of like that linebacker position, a little bit of a rover defensive back. Aiden Voix, number 44. Cade Larson and Timon Long, your other two linebackers. Logan O'Connor and Tim Bishop are your two corners. And then Nick Chan and Carter Barenfoos are your two safeties. Offensively for the Tigers, they'll start number 76, Josh Larson, number 73, Jordan Larson, number 56, Alex Foley, number 66, Michael Ryan, and number 75, Mason Jacobson on their line. At running back, Gavin Ross, number 5. The four receivers starting in the lineup, Connor Hanselman, Lincoln Carlson, Caden Tuttle, and Andrew Waltner. They've got two tight ends, Aiden Foley and Cade Larson. And then Jacob Knuth, the star player of the team, the Minnesota football commit, number 7. He'll be at quarterback. A lot of extra positions listed there, some of the backups as well. So some of these guys might not actually be starting as they didn't give us a full lineup position-wise or formation-wise. Then for O'Gorman, offensively, unless you want to take it, Dan. All right, here we go. O'Gorman offensively will start Aiden Scott at center. He's number 52. David Vasquez at right guard. Will Peterson at left guard. Peter Benson at left tackle. And Chase Harris at right tackle. David Alpers, Manny Struck will be the two receivers. Nate Ratzloff and Anders Matichek in the backfield. Preston Konechki, the other receiver, out wide. And then Bennett Dannenbring, the quarterback. Then defensively, Zach Carlson, Rush Landry, and David Alpers will be your D-line. The four linebackers, Carter Peterson, Anders Matichek, Nate Ratzloff, and Sam Jacobson. And then the DBs in the backfield, the two safeties, Manny Struck and Jack White. And then Andrew Nelson and Logan Height, your two corners. So those are the starting lineups for both teams. And we are getting the starting lineups announced on the field. We're about a minute away from kickoff here. A much, much nicer afternoon / evening.
Big crowd here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Big crowd here tonight. This is, I'm impressed. This is good. I mean, we started the Bowls. Tigers Bowl's been doing what, 5-6 years now?
Since 2008.
2008, okay. So,
but the Tigers bring out their brand new black alternate uniforms for the first time, so it'll be pretty interesting to watch these introductions here, as Harrisburg always not overdoes it, but they're always very, very technology advanced, with each player having their name up on the video board with their picture, and then a lot of nice crowd volume and whatnot. I mean, a very, very smooth running introduction here.
They do it right. They
absolutely.
These numbers, I think I can read those.
Yeah, there you go. Bright and yellow.
For being right at 60, I think I can read those from up here tonight. So hopefully we can get the right numbers for you. So
if you have any other people that want to join in this broadcast and listen live, you can listen on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, or online at realpresenceradio.com, and the YouTube stream on Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls, where you can listen and watch the video stream of tonight's ball game. So we are getting ready for this ball game to start. It's going to be exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on. A quick score update.
End of 3 out in Rapid City. Stevens 22, Roosevelt 7. So Roosevelt guy actually got on the board here. So maybe Roosevelt's got a chance of coming back and beating Stevens here in the fourth quarter. Stranger things have happened. So
absolutely,
I'm getting pretty excited for this. Last week we had that hiccup. Everything it wasn't. It's kind of like blah. With the weather, it kind of put a damper on it. But here we are, gorgeous night. It's beautiful here in Harrisburg. It is. Big crowd of Gorman on the other side. The bleachers are pretty much packed here on the Roosevelt side. We're up on the west side of the stadium looking east, so the sun's behind us. And I tell you what a great venue this is right here on the west side of Harrisburg.
Yeah, brand new football field for Harrisburg this season. The football stadium has obviously been here, but brand new turf on the field with white end zones on each side. You'll see those on the broadcast later, and a new logo at the center of the middle of the field, midfield at the 50. So Harrisburg came in to last week's ball game, trailed here early, 13-7 in that first quarter. And then Pierre kind of lost a little bit of their storm. They had scored on 2 back-to-back big completions from Keenholz to Jack Merkwan, and then Harrisburg went on to score 49 unanswered points against the Governors and won that ball game 56-20.
But Pierre's nothing to reckon with. I mean, they, state title, everything, couple of years. They won a few years ago when Popinga was out there, but the last couple of years, Pierre has been pretty salty. And for Pierre to come in here last week, down here, and to do that pretty much stunned him. But Harrisburg did come back. Canute had a heck of a game. We talked about that. 6 touchdowns, 4 passing, 2 running. So it's like, what an athlete he is.
Yep, absolutely.
He's headed for the Big Ten. So,
and what we have been told now, we've got sources here, and sometimes sources might be a little off. Okay, we don't know for sure. Haven't seen anybody on the field, but PJ Fleck was rumored to be in attendance.
Going to be in attendance tonight.
For tonight's ball game, obviously, Jacob Knuth, the quarterback, the commit to the University of Minnesota. So rumored that PJ Fleck, the head football coach of the Gophers, was going to be here for this ball game. So we'll see if we can spot him on the field at some point.
And, of course, they didn't play yesterday. They played Thursday night, and, I was rooting for the Gophers there. So roll your boat, Gophers. I mean, go Gophers.
Absolutely.
And, hats off, Brett, to Nebraska this afternoon. That was an impressive win.
Over Fordham.
Over Fordham. Is this their first year playing Fordham? I mean, first year for Fordham to have a football team. But the Irish played them around. I got to get that in.
Yeah, so. Florida plays tonight, so if anyone wants to watch that game as well as this one, double monitor it, double TV it. So Harrisburg has won the toss, and they have elected to receive on the right. If field goes from left to right, O'Gorman will be kicking from the left to the right. Harrisburg receiving in that right end zone, right next to the scoreboard. So the Knights will send their defense onto the field first, which was their biggest success last week, was how well they played defensively. So hopefully O'Gorman can get a stop on that first possession. But I just can tell you the atmosphere, the crowd, the environment here is getting really exciting. This is kind of what you see out of an O'Gorman Dakota Bowl. But Harrisburg, a little bit more room on the home side, a little bit bigger stands, can probably fit a couple more bodies in on this side. But this reminds me a lot of playing the Dakota Bowl at Howard Wood Field.
Can shout out Doug Artman said go Knights, so he won't be not able to be here tonight, and he's home, so mending up. So shout out to Doug, and his son Isaac is a sophomore on the team. So you're going to tee it up here. We're going to get ready.
It'll be Andrew. Yep, Andrew Nelson back to do the kicking, and then back deep to return Tryon, and Max Carlson for Harrisburg.
Is number 15, Andrew Nelson. Back deep for the Tigers in kick return formation. Number 84, Tryon, and number 16.
To come off of 3 days of practice, that's tough for anybody. I mean, not just for Gorman, for anybody. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but see how they do tonight. And here we go, Tiger Bowl, Knights versus the Harrisburg Tigers.
That kick will sail deep back into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And a great way to start off the ball game for the O'Gorman Knights as Nelson sends that ball back into the end zone. And Harrisburg will bring out their offense for the first time this evening, highlighted by Jacob Knuth at quarterback. So we'll get a first look here at the Harrisburg Tigers offense. This team put up 56 points last week, so a lot of firepower on the offensive end. Hopefully O'Gorman can come out here and set the tone defensively with a stop on their first drive. So Knuth will come out of the gun. He's got an offset back in the backfield. That'll be Gavin Ross, and then 3 receivers to his right and a tight end on the left side of the line. Knuth takes the snap, fakes the give. He'll drop back to pass. He's got a receiver running over the middle. This time he's going to get sacked in the backfield. Ball came out. O'Gorman has jumped on it, and O'Gorman will recover the football. It's Carter Peterson, and a turnover on the first play of the ball game. Knuth was sacked and had that ball stripped out at the last second.
That pocket just collapsed on him. He thought he had a guy open, and he just took off, and bam!
Knuth was waiting for that play to develop. He was going to have something open over the middle of the field, and then Carter Peterson jumps on the fumble recovery, and O'Gorman will get the ball 1st and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. A really good chance to get a bunch of momentum here for O'Gorman.
We got a flag. Too many men on the field.
Penalty flag on the play.
So O'Gorman breaks the huddle with too many men on the field. I think it was Maverick Jones running off the field. So a little bit of miscommunication on the formation, but if you're Bennett Dannenbring, you got to count that out in the huddle and make sure, because as soon as you break the huddle with 12, it's an automatic flag. If you send someone out of the huddle and then you break the huddle, you're fine, but as soon as you break that huddle with 12, you're going to get flagged, and that's just exactly what happened to the Knights there.
Jim Ricketts Jr. is our white hat tonight.
So first down and 15. Ball is at the 26-yard line for O'Gorman. It's Dannenbring with that three-bunch set to his right. Offset is the tailback, and they'll just take a quick quarterback sweep around the right side. Dannenbring runs for about 3 yards, maybe 4. We'll mark him down at the 22-yard line. So a pickup of 4 yards on first down for Dannenbring, and now O'Gorman will have second down and 11. Like I kind of said, you might see that a lot, a little bit of more quarterback design runs to the outside, to the perimeter, not so much up between the tackles, but more outside, and try to sweep to the edge, use some of that speed from O'Gorman and some of those bigger receivers to push some bodies around.
Makes it second and 11 for O'Gorman.
So Dannenbring will come out of the gun. He's got two receivers to his left. Struck the lone receiver on the right with Alpers, that tight end, on the right side of the line. Ratzlaff offset to the left side of Dannenbring. He'll send Struck in motion from right to left. Take the snap. A quick swing route out to Struck along the perimeter. Struck's going to run down the sideline. Spin move and out of bounds, but after he picks up the first down, so Manny Struck picks up 12 yards, and an O'Gormanite first down.
Emmanuel Struck.
Nice ball.
Struck takes the ball down to the 9-yard line, where it will be first and goal for the Knights.
So O'Gorman with a chance to score here. First and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. This would be huge for O'Gorman to get on the board this early in the ball game. Two receivers to the left, tight end to the right. Struck the lone receiver on the right side. This will be Dannenbring out of the gun with Ratzlaff offset to his left. He'll give it, fake it, pulled out the left side. Now it's one-on-one. Dannenbring spins away from the tackle and then is eventually wrapped up. Gained about 2 yards, maybe 3. They're going to give him 2.
26 for the Tigers.
Second and goal.
Logan
O'Connor picks up the tackle there for the Tigers, the corner on the outside.
2 yards on the carry.
They can score here. What a confidence booster to come off the start of the game, though. They need that.
Absolutely. You see a little bit of an island over on the side. Struck the lone receiver. Maybe they take a shot to the back corner of the end zone here. Dannenbring out of the gun. He'll take the snap, drop back, he'll throw a fade route to the corner. Rush Landry, a one-handed grab, and a touchdown, O'Gorman.
Wow, nice catch.
Back shoulder fade, and Rush Landry pulls in that football with his right hand, falling backwards to his back, and the Knights are on the board first. A huge statement for the O'Gorman Knights to get on the board early in this Tiger Bowl. What a grab and what a throw. Perfect throw, back shoulder from Dannenbring over to Landry. Landry reaches that big 6'5" frame and reaches and pulls that thing in with the right hand, and it's 6-0 O'Gorman pending the extra point.
Okay, we have to call timeout. We don't have enough men on the field. Timeout O'Gorman. And Poppengott is furious over there. Wow.
Hate to be... I think that's, I'm not going to name who that is, but I do know who that is. Hate to be him right now in this situation.
You got to know where you're at, gentlemen. You have to be smart.
So now Nelson will get ready to do his extra point kicking. He's been so far 2 for 2 on the season. So O'Gorman with that first touchdown early on a beautiful connection between Dannenbring and Landry. And now Nelson, the left-footed kicker, will get ready to kick this extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, extra point is up, and that is good. Right off the scoreboard, and it's 7-0 O'Gorman. O'Gorman punches in their first drive thanks to the turnover on the first play on the fumble from Jacob Knuth, and they lead 7-0 here at the Tiger Bowl. Listen for more Knights football on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Are you ready for some football? Real Presence Radio has you covered. We will be broadcasting and video streaming Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights football games both home and away this fall, starting on Saturday, August 28th. Have your business's radio spot heard across the radio, YouTube video stream, mobile app, and RPR website during all our O'Gorman football broadcasts. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman football broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, home of the Tiger Bowl here. O'Gorman on the board first with a touchdown pass from Bennett Dannenbring to Rush Landry, and that was your first scoring drive for O'Gorman. That scoring drive has been brought to you by Closets & More, a locally owned company providing custom designed closets and storage solutions. Closets & More can be reached at 605-334-5135 or online at closetsandmoresd.com. So O'Gorman on the board first, thanks to the touchdown pass from Bennett Dannenbring to Rush Landry. That was I believe it was a 6-yard pass on 2nd and goal. Nelson will boot this ball back into the end zone once again. That one carries through the back of the end zone, and that'll be a touchback, his second of the ball game.
What if the Gophers are looking for a kicker?
They just might be. Well, they made their only field goal they attempted last on Thursday, so who knows.
So Harrisburg comes out now for the second possession of the game. If you're listening, Harrisburg fumbled on their second play of the game.
So Harrisburg will come out this time. They've got Knuth out of the shotgun once again, 2 receivers to each side, and offset in his backfield, just offset to the left is Gavin Ross. Snap to Knuth. He'll throw a quick pass outside. That ball is caught, run for about 2 yards, and then knocked out of bounds by Manny Struck. That pass was completed to number 2, Andrew Walter. Struck kind of laid the hit stick there as Walter trailed
second down and 1 for the Tigers.
Out of bounds. 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard reception there on the quick screen pass to Walter. Now Knuth will come out of the gun, this time 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Ross offset into the right of Knuth. He'll take the snap, fake it to Ross, throw a quick route over the middle. That one is caught, and now for a first down, going to be brought down near the 44-yard line.
He got rid of that ball fast.
That pass was caught by number 10, Logan O'Connor, or Lincoln Carlson, excuse me.
Carlson will move the ball up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Tigers.
1st and 10 for Harrisburg. Knuth will come out of the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Ross straight back in the pistol. Quick throw from Knuth outside. That's going to be...
Pass complete from Knuth. Number 2, Andrew Walter.
You notice he kind of fumbled the ball a little bit when he was ready to throw. It didn't set in his hand from the snap there. So
Struck a tackle there, but not before the first down from O'Gorman. So quick screens right now are doing the job for the Harrisburg Tigers as they've moved their way across the 50-yard line. Knuth will come out of the gun. Offset to his right is Gavin Ross. A tight end is into the game as well. A run up the middle this time to Ross is going to go for about 3 yards. This Harrisburg PA announcer is always like announcing as it's happening.
Assisted by number 23, Samuel Jacobson. 3-yard carry, 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Knuth will come out, 2nd and 3 here. 2 receivers to his right, a tight end offset to the left side. Ross in the backfield straight behind, and the lone receiver on the left side. There's movement up front. It'll be a false start. I believe that was number 75, Mason Jacobson, the right tackle that moved first.
The indication is false start against the Tigers.
So they'll take it back. 2nd and long here. Ball to 49-yard line for the Tigers.
For Harrisburg.
2nd down and 13 for the Tigers. They'll come out in the same formation. Cade Larson is that tight end on the left side. Knuth out of the gun. He'll drop back, throw a quick screen over to Gavin Ross, who shakes a tackle and then is going to be brought down. The ball came out again. If O'Gorman falls back on this one, that could be the 2nd turnover already. It'll be 3rd down. Gavin Ross recovered his own fumble.
Wow.
A missed tackle in the backfield.
That'd have been key if they had that for the loss.
Ball will be marked inside the 45-yard line. Third down.
You got to wrap them up when you get that tackle like that, open field tackle.
Harrisburg always has their receivers just not actually take part in the huddle, always has them just outside, and they'll signal in a play that tells them their route. 3rd down and 8. Knuth sends a receiver in motion from right to left, now circles back to the right, drops back to pass. He's got time to throw. Moving out to his right, he'll roll out now. Now he's got to go on the run. He'll pick up the first down as he scrambles down the right side.
Oh, he's
and
quick.
A Harrisburg first down.
He's quick.
And up for a Tiger. First down.
This is 3rd year starting for the Tigers, so
Knuth will come out of the gun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Ross offset just behind him. He'll send him in motion down to the left side. Now 4 receivers over on the side. Knuth looking for that deep ball. He's got all day to throw, then finds a route over the middle, and Struck's going to make the tackle, but not before that pass is completed to Connor Hanselem.
he had to look for number 2 or number 3 receiver there, didn't he?
Yep.
Good coverage by the defense there.
He's got all day in the backfield. O'Gorman not having any ability to get any pressure on Knuth. That'll be something to keep an eye on for this ball game, is if Knuth can just sit back there and pick apart the defense. This is going to be a long night for O'Gorman's secondary.
They got to get at him.
Knuth will give up the middle to Ross. A couple of missed tackles early, and now Peterson and Nelson are going to end up winding down Gavin Ross, but not before he picks up 5 yards on the outside.
6:40 here in the first quarter. Night 7, the Harrisburg Tigers 0. Harrisburg knocking on the door. Ball on the 22-yard line. 17-yard line.
2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
2nd down and 5 for Harrisburg here, using up all of the play clock. Harrisburg out of the gun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Offset of Knuth is Ross. They'll send a receiver in motion.
Oh, they moved.
I think they moved once again. So another false start for Harrisburg, and that'll back them up 5. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's 2 penalties for them.
Indication is false start against the Tigers. That will move the ball back to the 22-yard line, making it 2nd down and 10.
Last week, Harrisburg only had 1 penalty.
So Harrisburg will come out same formation this time. And a tight end on the right side of the formation instead of a single receiver. Over the middle, now Knuth fires a deep bomb into the end zone, and it is complete for a touchdown to number 2, Andrew Walter.
Andrew Nelson on the tackle. He thought he dropped it.
Makes the score 7-6.
But they give it to him.
As they line up for the point after attempt.
Nice ball.
So Harrisburg back onto the scoreboard.
Alex Foley
And extra point is on its way here, as it's going to be Bryce Soley on to attempt the extra point. Extra point attempt is up, and that one sails right through the uprights and good. So, with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, Harrisburg on the board once for the first time, and it is 7-7 here at the Tiger Bowl. So stay tuned for more O'Gorman Knights football after the break on Real Presence Radio Network.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Hi, Father Sampson. What are you doing?
Hey, Mrs. Colbeck. I've just been spending hours enjoying our new swing set at Christ the King Playground. It's so much fun.
That's right, the new swing set.
With our classroom sizes averaging 15 to 20 students, everyone's going to get their turn on these new swings.
With tuition assistance available, it is never too late to enroll for preschool through 6th grade at Christ the King. It's going to be a great school year.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, home of the Tiger Bowl, as that kickoff sails back into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
O'Gorman will be first and 10 at the 20.
O'Gorman will get their second possession. Their first possession started with great field position where they punched it in the end zone after the fumble from Jacob Knuth. And now O'Gorman this time will start with it on their own 20-yard line. O'Gorman will come out. One receiver to the right, that's Struck. Two to the left, and a tight end in Alpers on the right side. They'll send Struck in motion from right to left. Snap to Dannenbring. He'll fake the pass to Struck. Now he'll throw a deep ball down the sideline, just out of the outstretched arms of Preston Konechny.
Ball's incomplete. Intended for number 12, Preston Konechny.
That was a nice ball, though.
Nice ball from Dannenbring, just fell just out of bounds, so it was not a catchable football. It was about a yard into the boundary, and it'll bring up second down and 10. So utilizing that play where they threw the quick screen to Struck after sending him in motion, they send him over again, fake the bubble screen, and then throw it deep and nearly get Harrisburg, as that's where a little bit of their, not weakness if they have any, but the corners were burned twice last week, as this time it'll be Carter Peterson. Oh, excuse me, that's Ratzloff on the carry. He'll get 8 yards. They'll give him 7, and it'll be third down and 3.
You can catch Harrisburg sleeping there.
So Harrisburg last week had 2 50-plus yard touchdowns given up on the deep ball down the sideline. So maybe Coach Poppinga going to take some shots tonight.
Carry will bring up third down and a long 3 for the Knights.
Third down and 3 for O'Gorman. Ball at their own 27-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The Harrisburg crowd stomping their feet on the bleachers. Quick bubble screen out to Hagee. Hagee's going to pick up the first down for O'Gorman. A nice block from Konechny, and an O'Gorman Knights first down will move the chains, as well as take some of that momentum out of Harrisburg's hands.
I love the PA guy goes a long 3.
Enough for a first and 10 for the Knights.
We've got a comedian in the booth next to us.
Yeah. Okay, first and 10 now.
Dannenbring will come out of the gun. This time he's got a tight end on the right side and Struck, the lone receiver on the right, 2 receivers to the left. Quick out to Struck, thrown behind him. Nice grab by Struck.
Complete.
And they give it to him. He came down hard, Isaac.
Landed on his back. Looks like he's going to have the wind knocked out of him.
To number 26,
David hollered for the trainer to come out. Oh, he's moving around. It looks like the wind did get knocked out of him. Ouch. Let's go to break. You're listening to O'Gorman Football on Real Presence Radio.
Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is a third-generation family-owned chiropractic practice whom have been proudly serving the people of Sioux Falls and the Sioux Empire region since 1947. Dr. Eric Ferendorf, a 1999 O'Gorman alum, practices alongside his wife, Dr. Larissa Ferendorf. Dr. Larissa specializes in applied kinesiology and clinical nutrition. Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is located on the northwest corner of 49th Street and Southeastern Avenue, 605-334-8000, or online at ferendorfchiropractic.com.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Okay, so
The Knights will move the ball back 5 yards.
Oh, man.
So Struck walks off the field under his own power. Looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. A great reception from Struck is going to be negated, however, due to an illegal man downfield. So the Knights will start over first and 15 now as Struck walks out of the ball game, and it looks like Logan Height is the new receiver on the lone side. So Dannenbring out of the gun, same formation as last. He'll send Maverick Jones in motion and then run a quick out route to Jones on the right side. Jones with some room in space and runs out of bounds when he is wrapped up near the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 40, and he'll be just a yard short of the first down. So he'll pick up a 14 on first down there for O'Gorman.
Nice play. Jones only a sophomore.
At the 40-yard line will bring up 2nd and 1 for the Knights.
Maverick, younger brother of Logan Jones and Trey Jones, 2 phenomenal athletes in the past for O'Gorman. Logan, a part of that state championship team. Trey, a senior senior graduating class of mine back in 2018. Dannenbrink pulls it on the read option. He's going to pick up just enough for a first down. Nice read there from Dannenbrink, then picks up the first down, and now it looks like Struck's going to head back into the game with Nate Ratzloff, so Height and Jones will come out of the ball game. Struck and Ratzloff enter. First down and 10, ball at the 42.
Well, they had Harrisburg biting on that one.
So O'Gorman right now, if I can get a read for what Jason's doing, I think that he's just trying to milk some of this clock and just put together a long drive, keep the ball out of Harrisburg's hands as much as you can. Obviously, you'd love a quick strike touchdown, but in order to sustain a drive early in the ball game is going to give O'Gorman some nice, much-needed momentum. A quick screen to the backside over to Alpers, who's going to be upended for a 2-yard completion.
Tackle on the play for the Tigers. Number 20, Thomas Holt.
Second and long.
2 yards on the pass play will bring up second and a long 8 for the Knights.
So second down and 8 for O'Gorman. Ball is at the 43-yard line.
3:12 to go here in the first quarter. We're all tied up 7-all in the Tiger Bowl in Harrisburg.
O'Gorman comes out, bunch set to the right. Lone receiver on the left side. Ratzloff's offset to the right of Dannenbrink. Dannenbrink takes a snap. He's got pressure in his face right away. Tries to extend as much as he can, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. A nice defensive blitz there brought the linebacker in as Cade Larson was the first one to get to Dannenbrink in the backfield.
So what goes through your mind right there when that happened to you?
You're just trying to protect yourself first. And then if you can shake off the defender, then you got to get your eyes back downfield. Now, what you can't do is you can't just tuck in and give yourself up. You're trying to find the best way to kind of shimmy your way forward to make sure you don't go backwards.
That's what he did.
Yep.
And he kept driving, even though they're trying to tackle him. He kept driving. Hats off to Dannenbrink.
Yep, got to make sure that you're not falling backwards, always falling forwards the most you can.
So how does that the next play then? You shake it off and you just go right back at it.
Yeah. You have to have a short memory, like last play mentality.
Timeout, O'Gorman.
Another timeout, the second timeout of the half here. We're on the end of the first quarter, and we've used 2 timeouts here.
So O'Gorman will take a timeout. 2:07 left here in the first quarter. All tied up at 7 at the Tiger Bowl. Stay tuned for more Knights football here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here at the Tiger Bowl, the 2021 Tiger Bowl, as O'Gorman has just called the timeout, getting ready to start here on 3rd and 12 after the Dannenbrink sack on second down and short and long. Only a sack of about 3 yards, but it'll bring up 3rd and 12.
So Coach saw something that we didn't to call that there. But I like the way what you're thinking there. He just wants to get the drive going, beat up the clock. Let's get some football. Let's kick the ball down the field and get some reps in.
Yep. So O'Gorman will come out, bunch set to the right. It'll be Dannenbrink rolling out to his right. He'll look back left. He'll just loft up a pass into the air. It's going to be intercepted. That was number 20, Nick Chan.
I think our receiver lost it in the sun.
That ball was a high floater.
He just...
And a turnover for O'Gorman, the first of the ball game for O'Gorman.
Interception just outside the 25-yard line. First and
So Harrisburg will start over here on their third drive offensively from their own 26. Motion out Ross from the right to the left. Now they'll run a draw up the middle with Knuth. He's got some speed. He's going to be wrapped up by Anders Matichek. There's going to be a penalty flag.
Going to have holding.
33, Anders Matichek. Penalty flag on the play.
Call on the far sideline, though. So.
Yep, we'll find out what the call is.
Yep.
It'll be a holding. It looks like it's going to go to one of the receivers on the far side. It might be charged to Walter here. We'll see.
A 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Moves the ball back to the 18-yard line.
All right, well. So the holding there, no player indication. Had to have been on the right side, was called from the right sideline. Harrisburg will move a couple of people in motion, now give it up the middle, this time to Ross, who rumbles his feet forward and just continues to plow through the O'Gorman defense. Picks up about 10 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, he's got some legs.
Tackle for the Knights, number 21, Logan Height. Assisted by number 18, John White.
That sun's kind of bright. We got a player down, Isaac.
Gavin Ross is
10-yard carry for Ross will make it 2nd and 8 for the Tigers.
5'10", 200-pound running back for the Tigers. So it's going to be Sam Jacobson now sitting on the field. He's going to get some water attention. And hopefully take him off the field. But we're going to take a quick break here for an injury timeout. We'll be back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN. From there you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, home of the 2021 Tiger Bowl, as Sam Jacobson from O'Gorman was being helped to his feet there before we took the break. No heights listed here for the Harrisburg Tigers, but Gavin Ross is all of 200 pounds there in the backfield. Just a short, stocky, and quick running back for the Tigers. So 2nd and 10 here, or 2nd and 8 for the Harrisburg Tigers. 3 receivers to the right. Ross offset to the right in the backfield. The snap to Knuth. He's going to have pressure up the middle. They can't get him initially, and then a sack from Rush Landry, and Carlson, I believe, was down there on the tackle as well. So Zach Carlson and Rush Landry sack Knuth. That's Knuth's 2nd sack of the night. The first one he lost the football on.
Puts the ball 3rd down and 12 for the Tigers.
Great pressure there by Carlson. I love the way he got in there from nose tackle.
3rd down and 12 for the Tigers. Knuth will get ready to come out of the gun. He'll send Ross out on a motion to the right side. Then Knuth will drop back to pass. Fires a pass over the middle. This one's going to be caught by Walter for a first down. A big connection there of about 26-yard pass there from Knuth to Walter.
He had to get rid of that ball because he was going to get sacked again.
So first down and 10 from the 50 here. They'll give it to Gavin Ross around the left side. Ross will be bounce off of a couple of tackles, and he'll continue to rumble down the sideline where he's finally brought down at the 13-yard line. You got to get an arm on Gavin Ross. A lot of the Knights right now going in there trying to hit him to the ground. You got to get that wrap up and bring him down. He is a tough out.
17-yard line, 1st and 10 Tigers.
He picked up another 15 yards after the initial contact.
Knuth out of the gun, takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Ross, and now a trick play. They're going to roll out. It's going to be thrown back to Knuth on the right side. He's going to catch it and then rumble his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Unbelievable.
On the touchdown pass from Walter to Knuth. The Tigers take the lead 13-7 as they line up for the point after attempt.
Wow, nice play. Nice play by the Tigers there.
Wow, Coach Brandon White very animated on the sideline and in excitement over there. So it was a quick handoff to Ross, who then rumbled over to the left side, was met by a couple of Knights, and then flipped back a pass to Walter, and it was almost a dangerous situation as he was being wrapped up as he flipped it backwards, then threw it out to Knuth, who then just used his speed around the outside to score that touchdown. So with 5 seconds left in the first quarter, we'll take a break. Harrisburg leads 14-7 here at the Tiger Bowl at Harrisburg Stadium.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Here at Catholic Family Services, we believe counseling is for everyone. Catholic Family Services is here to help whether you are navigating a life transition, such as going to college or changing career paths, wanting to improve your communication skills, making plans for your future family, or wanting to understand mental health. If you would like more information or to set up an appointment with one of our trained professionals, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. Bryce Soley just sent the kickoff into the back of the end zone, and O'Gorman will get the ball back offensively here with 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Then we're going to have another break.
No, we could see that play develop from up here. You could just see how Knuth just kind of scattered out there and just kind of went right through the line and headed over on the far side and just turned around and waiting for the ball.
O'Gorman will come out of the gun here. Two receivers to the left. Struck the lone receiver on the right side. Alper's offset on tight end. And now Dannenbring's going to keep it up the middle. He's got some room to run. He'll pick up the first down on first down. And that'll be at the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, it's the Harrisburg Tigers 14, the O'Gorman Knights 7. O'Gorman jumped out to the lead 7-0, and Harrisburg has put up 14 straight unanswered. O'Gorman with the football when we come back here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End of Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, home of the Tiger Bowl here at Harrisburg Stadium. Harrisburg has put up 14 straight unanswered points after O'Gorman got a fumble recovery on the first play of the game for Harrisburg, then punched it into the end zone with a nice pitch and catch from Dannenbrink to Landry. And now here we are starting the second quarter. Quick pass out to Hagee. That was Peyton Hagee on the reception.
Hagee gets nothing.
Peyton Hague. Tackle for the Tigers.
Oh, see. Stevens, 36, rolls out 27. 2 minutes to go out there in Rapid City.
So that became a ball game again out there in Rapid City.
No gain on the play.
So second down and 10 for O'Gorman here. O'Gorman will come out of the gun. They've got two receivers to the left. Struck the lone receiver on the right. A quick double move. Ball up top is going to be out of the extended arms of Struck. That ball sailed towards the out-of-bounds side. If that ball is put about 4 feet more to the middle, that's probably a touchdown there for O'Gorman.
But he would turn it left, and the ball was to the right, and so
The incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 10 for O'Gorman.
so that's twice now we've tried to do that to Manny out there.
You never want to critique any quarterback play, but at some point here, the ball's got to be a little bit more catchable. That one out to Konechny earlier sailed out of bounds. That one, you always do want to miss outside. That one, he had the whole field to work with, and it just sailed a little bit out of bounds. Dannenbring's got pressure in his face. This one is just going to be lofted into the air near the 30, and that'll be an incompletion.
Intended for number 12. Preston Konechny is incomplete.
So Gorman's going to punt for the first time tonight.
Number 26, Logan O'Connor. Back in punt return formation for the Tigers. Number 84, Titan Tryon.
So Titan Tryon back deep to receive with Lincoln Carlson as Hagee's on to do the punting here for the Knights.
Back in punt formation for the Knights. Number 9, Peyton Hagee.
Gorman's got to get a stop here defensively, or they're going to be in for a troubling rest of this half. A horrible snap back to Hagee, and now an interesting kick that's going to roll pretty well for O'Gorman down to the 24-yard line. Snap bounced around on the ground a couple of times, and then Hagee scooped it up and booted it away, and now the O'Gorman defense is going to be tested here.
Touch the 25-yard line, where the Tigers will have 1st and 10.
So Knuth and the Tigers will come out here offensively.
Now it's 43-27. Raptidity Siemens on top with 2 minutes to go.
Knuth pitches it in the backfield to Ross. Ross is going to be wrapped up, but not before he gets 4 yards on first down.
Number 12, Preston Konechny, assisted by number 33, Anders Matichek.
2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
2nd down and 7. They gave him 3 yards on the carry. This time Harrisburg comes out, and it'll be a play-action pass, this time from Knuth, deep, and it is hauled in by Walter. What a grab by Walter, and a beautiful throw from Jacob Knuth. Andrew Walter on the reception. Nelson was in coverage.
Wow.
And just like that, 60 yards down the field.
15 left. Wow.
52-yard reception, 1st and 10.
So 52-yard reception for Harrisburg, and now it's going to be Gavin Rossler on the right side, and no one's going to be able to catch him, as that's another Harrisburg touchdown, and it's 20 unanswered points right now for the Tigers.
Ross makes the score 20-7 as they line up for the point after attempt.
Well, we're seeing here earlier, we know why Harrisburg's ranked number 1. They got the power.
Into snap, Alex Foley, the hold of Jacob Knuth, and Bryce Soley in to attempt the point after
So
attempt.
Soley on to kick the extra point here. Chance to make it 21 for the Tigers. That kick is up, and that one is good. It hits off the scoreboard, and that'll make it 21-7 here. Harrisburg Tigers lead with 10:07 left in the second quarter. O'Gorman's going to need an offensive drive here before the end of the half. Stay tuned for Myra Knights football on Real Presence Radio Network.
I'm Bishop Donald DeGrood. I'd like to invite you to the Through God's Love Conference on Saturday, October 30th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Over the last few months, we've been spreading the word about the Diocesan Vision, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. Now I'd like to invite you to participate in this conference, where we will help you respond to God's call and in turn help others know and love Him themselves. Visit sfcatholic.org and join me in the renewal the Holy Spirit is working in our diocese.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here, where the Harrisburg Tigers lead the ball game 21-7. after that 22-yard touchdown run from Gavin Ross. O'Gorman in the danger zone right now. They need a big drive here offensively as that ball is going to sail into the back of the end zone for a touchback. And on a night like this where it's the Tiger Bowl and you've got a large crowd from Harrisburg, it's tough to get that momentum back after a drive like that for Harrisburg when Harrisburg goes 52 yards in the air and then quick snaps you and runs around the right side and no one touches Gavin Ross on his way into the end zone.
So as a quarterback now, it puts a little bit more pressure on you, and you've been there.
Yeah.
You're down. It's like you don't want to do too much.
Yeah, now what you can't, exactly. You can't come out here and try to make it all up in one play. You got to trust the offense, make the drive work, and try to get a long drive here for O'Gorman, and a time-consuming drive would be the best thing for him. As that pass is thrown around the perimeter to Konechny, and he'll pick up 8 yards on first down. The more you can keep the ball out of the Harrisburg offense here, the better.
Yeah.
You want to run at least 6 minutes off this clock and hopefully put that thing into the end zone and then just hope for one stop to end the half, and then you'll get the ball back to start the second half. So a touchdown and a stop could put O'Gorman right back into this ball game, but they got to make sure they convert on first downs here early in this drive and make sure that they at least flip the field position. Dannenbring out of the gun. He'll give it up the middle this time to Ratzloff. He'll fall forward, only gain of 1 yard, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
No, they can take the ball and just push it down the field here in the next 9 minutes and eat up as much clock and get into and score and make it 21-14 before half. We'd be setting pretty good. But they need that drive. They need the fundamental football here and take it down the field nice and slow.
It'll be 3rd down and very short, about a half of a yard. They need the 30. Ball is just across the 29. Snap to Dannenbring. Fakes the give up the middle, then's going to take it up the middle by himself, and he's going to get nowhere.
Lost. No,
they'll give him back exactly where they started, and it'll be 4th down and short once again.
Tigers, number 73, Jordan Larson, assisted by number 33, Jack Dieter.
O'Gorman come down for the second punt of the night.
4th and 1 for O'Gorman.
So O'Gorman will get ready to boot this ball away.
And that'll give Harrisburg decent field position here with just a little over 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Rapid City Stevens leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 43-33 with 34 seconds left out in Rapid City. This snap to Hagee. The punt is away. A nice punt down near the 35-yard line, toes on the 35, and that's where Carlson Fair catches it. The Tigers will take over offensively here. 1st down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. They've got 8 minutes to work with, trying to put in another score before halftime for Harrisburg. Seems like this game has been moving along very slowly here, almost an hour in, and we've still got 8 minutes left in the second quarter. So
a lot of scoring.
Sioux Falls Roosevelt is going to be upset here, which is a big story so far. Last week, Rapid City Stevens hung in there tight with Brandon, lost 14-0, and not sure many people were not sure what to make out of that game, with it being week 1 and out in Rapid City. If maybe Brandon got off to a slow start, etc., but it seems as if Rapid City Stevens is kind of the real deal this year out in Rapid City.
Ball start, the indication against the Tigers.
And a false start will back the Tigers up 5 yards.
The 30-yard line, 1st and 15, Harrisburg.
1st down and 15 here for the Tigers. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end and running back offset to the right. That ball is bouncing on the turf, and it'll now be recovered by Gavin Ross. That ball was snapped well to the right of Knuth off of his hand and then into the hands of Ross.
Second, very long now. What?
Second and 17 yards here.
2-yard loss on the play brings up 2nd and 17 for the Tigers.
Yeah, they'll go deep here. You watch.
I bet you they'll run it here and try to get some yards. I think that's another false start.
Penalty flag on the play.
Yes. Wow.
So another false start from the Tigers. It'll be second down and 22.
Ball on the
5-yard penalty.
23-yard line.
And 22 for the Tigers.
Kind of self-destructing here.
Hopefully O'Gorman here can get a stop and not allow them to pick up many yards. Hopefully keep them over in that area to punt from. Kind of flip the field and try to put in a touchdown here before the end of the half. But before that, they'll give it to Ross. Ross is going to be wrapped up in the backfield, so it'll be third down and 20.
Picked up 2.
Number 33.
Okay, this is the play right here, folks. 7 minutes. Tigers left in the second quarter. Tigers 21, O'Gorman 7.
For the Tigers.
Beautiful night here in Harrisburg, South Dakota for football. Gorgeous.
So third down and 20. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And now they'll swing Ross from the right to the left. Knuth will drop back to pass. He's going to go to the single man side. A back shoulder throw. Incomplete. And now in comes a flag.
From the far official. Not even the official that was right there. That'll be an
penalty flag on the play.
It'll be 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
That'll be an automatic first down then. Just when we had him.
Pass interference, the indication against the Knights.
Nope. 15 from the. It'll be short. It'll be 3rd and 5.
15-yard penalty will move the ball up to the 40-yard line.
So now it'll be third down and 5. O'Gorman can't have any more of those costly mistakes. That's an incomplete pass that would have brought up 4th down and 20. Instead, now it's third down and 5 from the 40, and now it's just going to be a quarterback keep around the right side. Nowhere for Knuth to go, so the O'Gorman defense will hold.
No, well,
and it'll be
punt.
4th down and 5.
For the Knights, number 8, Rush Landry.
So Harrisburg will send out the punting unit here. It'll be 4th down and 5, ball at their own 40-yard line. Maverick Jones will come back to do the punt returning here for O'Gorman. So with 6 minutes to go here and counting, O'Gorman with an opportunity to punch something into the end zone here and eat up all the clock, make a big score before the end of the first half. That's exactly what they did last year when they were out here. They put in that touchdown with 10 seconds on the clock heading into the locker room, and that got a lot of momentum back on their side. Would be huge here if O'Gorman can put something into the end zone and waste a lot of time. Jones back to receive. He'll corral it and then trip as he's trying to run, falls backwards. He'll lose about 2 yards.
19-yard line will be the start for the Knights here with 5:33 to go in the second quarter.
Timothy Bishop.
So Dannenbring will trot into the huddle here. He's got
The ball will be marked at the 19.
the starting group of receivers, it looks like, out there for O'Gorman.
Let's see what kind of pressure Harrisburg puts on here.
O'Gorman needs to pick up a first down here early in the drive. They only send out 10 guys, so Nelson's going to have to join the bunch over on the right side. Dannenbring drops back to throw. That pass is incomplete. Pressure off the backside. The Knights are just really discombobulated right now. Only 10 men in the huddle. They send someone out. A lot of frustrating mental mistakes so far from O'Gorman.
Wow. That's not O'Gorman football.
Incomplete pass will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Knights.
2nd down and 10 for O'Gorman. They'll have the ball at the 19-yard line. They'll send 3 receivers in a bunch set over to the left. 1 receiver all alone on the right. I believe that's Konechny. Dannenbring out of the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to the left. He'll step up into the pocket, drop a pass off to Struck, who falls backwards for 5 yards. They'll give him 6, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. Bishop on the tackle there.
Pass play will bring up 3rd down and 4 for O'Gorman.
We need this.
3rd down and 4. O'Gorman has to pick up a first down here. Just under 5 minutes now in the second quarter. Can't give the ball back to Harrisburg for the last drive of the half. 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 all alone on the left. That's Landry. Maybe a quick pass to Landry like that goal line fade. They'll throw a quick pass to Landry. This one's going to be caught for a first down. Tony Romo on the call there. Excuse me, never mind. Sorry, I can't get ahead of myself.
In coverage and on the tackle for the Tigers.
So a nice first down there for O'Gorman. They needed that. Now down to the 35-yard line. They'll have first down and 10 and continue to move the football. With the corners off like that, you can expect to kind of see that a lot. If the corners are going to be shading to the inside and playing about 6 yards off, you're going to be able to take those quick routes on the outside all day long.
Well, it's nice that we execute on third and short.
Same formation this time. O'Gorman will come out of the gun. Dannenbring will roll up out to his right, avoid pressure, and then he's going to take off and run. Dannenbring's going to use his feet to pick up the first down, spin his way across the 50.
Nice
a big
move.
First down there
nice
for O'Gorman.
Move by the sophomore.
Tackle for the Tigers,
Junior.
40,
Junior.
Cade Larson.
So Dannenbring picks up a big first down there for O'Gorman. They continue to move the ball across the field.
The Knights will have the ball, 1st and 10.
That gives them a little bit more confidence now.
This is the biggest drive of the ball game so far for O'Gorman. A touchdown here before the half, then they'll get the second half kickback. So crucial to put the ball in the end zone here. First down and 10, ball exactly at the 50-yard line. Snap to Dannenbring. He'll fake the give, drop back to pass. He's got pressure in his face, and he's going to eat up a sack.
But everybody was covered very well downfield.
2nd down and 17, excuse me. So O'Gorman's going to have to pick up some chunk yardage. This is probably 4 down territory at this point.
The 7-yard sack moves the ball.
Clock continues to run. 3:10 to go in the first half. Tigers 21, O'Gorman 7. Knights driving.
Two receivers to the right. That's Nelson and Konechny. Struck the lone receiver on the left. Alper's the tight end. And offset to the left of Dannenbring will be Ratzloff. Snap to Dannenbring. Dannenbring, quick drop back. He's got pressure in his face once again. Now he's just going to have to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked again.
Brought down in the backfield.
Back-to-back sacks for O'Gorman.
Tackled by number 44, Aiden Viox.
You see the way they came over.
And assisted by number 38.
Wow. He got eluded that tackle there. Got his foot away. He kept driving, and all of a sudden, then he got sacked.
So Harrisburg is going to take the timeout, hoping to get the ball back one last time and take some deep shots down the field. So we'll get ready to take a break here on Real Presence Radio Network. Tigers lead the Knights 21-7 when we come back.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Welcome back to Real Presence Radio Network. It's the top of the hour, so we'll take a break for station identification.
You're listening to Real Presence Radio, FM 94.5 KGWD Sioux Falls, FM 91.3 KSTJ Hartford, and FM 94.9 K235DE Brookings, your family of faith and hope.
So here we are back at Harrisburg High School. It'll be 3rd down and 21 for O'Gorman. Struggling here offensively are the Knights after that first drive touchdown. Have yet to put anything up on the board. Back-to-back sacks taken by Dannenbring puts the Knights with 21 yards to go here on 3rd down. Dannenbring, quick ball over the middle. It's caught by Struck. Struck breaks away from the tackle. He's down the middle of the field. He's going to run through down to the 15-yard line.
Yes.
And a big reception there for O'Gorman. He caught the ball in traffic over the middle and snuck his way out of a couple of tackles.
In traffic, my God, he was covered well. He was in a traffic jam.
O'Gorman has the ball down at the 15-yard line, so the exact breath of life they need offensively here for O'Gorman.
2:15 clock counting here. Knights driving in the first half.
Come on, fellas. Let's get some movement up front here. First down and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. They can get a first down at the 5. 2:03 left here in the second quarter. 2 tight ends set here for O'Gorman offensively. It's going to be Dannenbring out of the gun. He'll give it up the middle to Ratzlaff. Instead, he'll pull it out and now throw a ball over the middle. That's caught by Anders Matichek for 8 yards, and it'll bring up second down and short.
Minute 45.
It'll be 2nd and 3. They'll give him 7.
Remember, O'Gorman only has 1 timeout left here in the first half.
7 yards on the completion. Second.
O'Gorman will come out once again. Same formation. Struck the lone receiver on the right. Landry the lone receiver on the left. Dannenbring out of the gun. He's got Ratzlaff offset to his right. 2 tight end formation. It'll be a fade route to the back of the end zone to Struck, and it sails well out of the back of the end zone and incomplete.
Intended for number 26, Emmanuel Struck, falls incomplete.
That pass just sailed wide and out of bounds. That's kind of been the story of the ball game so far, just a little bit too far out of the reach.
3rd down and 3 for the Knights.
Good sportsmanship over there by the Tiger to help Manny up there.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 here. They can get a first down at the 5. O'Gorman will come out with this double tight end set, 1 on each side. Same formation as last. Dannenbring will take it. He'll just roll out to the right side. Looks like he might pick up a first down. They mark him at the 5. That'll pick up the first down and move the chains.
Clock stops.
It'll be 1st and goal. The clock will stop until the chains can be reset. So O'Gorman has it 1st down and goal from the 5 with just over a minute left, a minute 15 to be exact. Clock will now start to run. 1st and goal, O'Gorman. You want to make sure that you put this ball into the end zone and leave no time left for the Tigers.
1 minute.
Struck the lone receiver on the left side, 2 tight ends, and Rush Landry, the lone receiver on the right. Maybe another back shoulder fade to Landry like there was earlier in the ball game here. Dannenbring takes the snap. He'll roll out. He's got Struck on a deep fade to the back corner of the end zone, and that falls incomplete.
Okay, stops the clock. 45 seconds.
So they tried the deep fade to Struck in the back corner of the end zone.
Number 13, Abraham Gayate.
2nd down and goal from the 5. A crucial formation here, or excuse me, a crucial drive here.
This is critical.
2nd and goal for the Knights.
2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Snap, give to Ratzlaff. He'll push his way down to the 2. Ball was ripped out.
He was down.
They're going to say he was down. That ball came flying out, and now Ratzlaff slow to get up. And a timeout from O'Gorman with 37 seconds left.
Okay, that's her last timeout.
Tackle for the Tigers on the play, number 48.
That ball didn't come rolling out. It come flying out of there, didn't
Christian
it?
Hurdy. Ball is marked down at the 2-yard line.
So a timeout here from O'Gorman. We'll keep it right here. 37 seconds left. O'Gorman needs to punch this thing across the goal line here. It'll be ball placed at the 2-yard line here for 3rd and goal.
So you being the coach, what are you calling here? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna.
I am going to call a read option play with my. I'm going to have my heavy package in, and I'm going to roll my quarterback out on either he's going to give it up the middle and he's going to roll out to either side, maybe go away from the short boundary, come to the left side.
Short field. They get the long field on this side.
Yep, come out to the long side, try to roll around and have a quick little out route of the receiver if it's there. But remember, you can't have too many men downfield, so it would have to be really quick. It'd be like kind of a read option RPO pass play here. But what I expect the Poppingas to do here, I think we're going to come out and just try to pound this thing right, and we're going to have 2 plays set to go right at the ball. If you don't get it in the first time, you just line up and run the play right away again and try to punch that thing into the end zone, because it's important here to score. Obviously, now you're not too worried about the clock. You obviously just want to get this ball into the end zone, but maybe a little bit of a quick tempo could give you just enough of an advantage.
37 seconds, so
2 tight ends, It's going to be Matichek underneath the center. Watch for a quick snap to Matichek. They'll hand the ball off to Carter Peterson. He'll push his way over the goal line.
Let's see. No.
We'll
Yes!
wait for the signal. Touchdown, O'Gorman. So Carter Peterson on the carry. Right up the gut for 2 yards. Help from the line on the push. And O'Gorman gets a much-needed touchdown before the end of the first half. It is 21-13. And they'll send the extra point unit on. Andrew Nelson will come out to kick.
21-13 as they line up for the point after attempt.
There will be 27 seconds left and 2 timeouts for Knuth and the Tigers, depending on the kick here from O'Gorman. Struck on the hold, Nelson on the kick.
Extra point number 15, Andrew Nelson.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. That is good. 21-14. O'Gorman cuts into the deficit here. 27 seconds left. We'll take a break. Stay tuned for the rest of this half here on Real Presence Radio.
Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
Are you ready for some football? Real Presence Radio has you covered. We will be broadcasting and video streaming Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights football games both home and away this fall, starting on Saturday, August 28th. Have your business's radio spot heard across the radio, YouTube video stream, mobile app, and RPR website during all our O'Gorman football broadcasts. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman football broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights is brought to you by Closets and More, locally owned and company providing custom designed closets and storage solutions. Closets and More can be reached at 334-5135, online at closetsandmoresd.com.
So O'Gorman picked up a much-needed touchdown there on the 2-yard run from Carter Peterson. This ball not into the end zone, so it will be returnable. O'Gorman's got to make sure that they cover this kick. Easton Beavers wraps up Titan Tryon in the backfield. Nice job by Beavers to get home on the kickoff there.
Younger brother of Bo. Outstanding athlete for the Knights. Football, we got a flag.
Looks like there might be a holding here. Yep. So back up the Tigers even more. Now Harrisburg might just come out and kneel this thing.
21 seconds for the Tigers.
So me being a big New England Patriot fan, back in the days of Tom Brady, New England used to execute that better than anybody, get a touchdown late in the first half, and then come out with the football, and then they would try to eat up as much clock as they could to start that third quarter and put another touchdown back. And when you can take the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5, maybe 10 minutes or 5 to 8 minutes of the second half, and you're the only one with the football and you put 2 points up on the board or 2 touchdowns up on the board, that's going to give you a big benefit and a lot of control over the ball game. Especially now if O'Gorman, as Harrisburg will come out and kneel this thing to end the half, O'Gorman picking up that touchdown is really big for their momentum, because now they'll come back, have a kickoff to them, and then have an opportunity to tie the ball game on the first drive of the second half. So that'll do it for the end of the first half. O'Gorman trails the Harrisburg Tigers 21-14 here at the Tiger Bowl at the campus of Harrisburg High School, as they'll come out with their halftime performance here after the break. Stay tuned for more on Real Presence Radio Network.
Barnett Vision Clinic in Sioux Falls offers comprehensive eye exams to assess their patients' eye health, including students and young athletes. At Barnett Vision Clinic, we offer a variety of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses to fit our patients' needs, including brands such as Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, Kate Spade, and Nano Vista glasses for kids. Dr. James Barnett is a proud O'Gorman alumni and St. Michael's parishioner. To schedule an appointment, we can be reached at 605-335-7757 or online at barnettvisionclinic.com.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls offers a daily buffet featuring a variety of pizza choices, salad bar, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms that fit different group sizes. Their online menu provides another option for their customers to order from. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show. Brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for the Sioux Falls area, Jeff Gillen and Phil Carlson.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here, home of the Tiger Bowl, as the halftime festivities are underway. In a pretty entertaining first half for both teams, O'Gorman, as we recap here, got off to a hot start on the first play of the game for Harrisburg. Stud quarterback Jacob Knuth was sacked and then fumbled the football. O'Gorman recovered it almost immediately, and then O'Gorman punched the ball into the end zone on that ensuing possession on a nice touchdown pass from Bennett Danebring to Rush Landry. Rush pulled that thing in with one hand over in the corner of the end zone, front corner of the end zone. And then it was all Harrisburg. 21 unanswered points for Harrisburg, thanks to a couple of deep plays from Knuth in the air to Andrew Walter, and then a touchdown from Gavin Ross. And then a trick play where they freed up Gavin Ross in the backfield to toss a ball over, kind of like a Philly special, basically, to Jacob Knuth. And that's where we stand until the last touchdown of the half when Carter Peterson punched it across the goal line for O'Gorman. A huge score for O'Gorman as they get the last touchdown of the half, and then we'll get the second half kickoff back. But Dan, in this ball game so far, what have you seen on the field that either worries you or excites you for this second half?
I would say that the mental mistakes that the Knights have made, too many men in the huddle. You guy coming in late and everything. It's like just a lot of mental mistakes. And where we had the ball 5 possessions, we scored 2 touchdowns. We had 1 interception, punted twice. But that last drive, as we talked, in the last 4 or 5 minutes, they needed to bring that drive and keep that ball going, and they did. And a great play, Manning there with the pickup there. They needed that on third and long to take it down there and for Peterson to punch it in.
It was 3rd down and 20, and Danenbring found Struck over the middle of the field, who then avoided a couple of tackles on just a little quick seam route. It was only about a 7-yard completion through the air, and then Struck barreled his way down the field for about 45 yards all the way down to the 15, and then we punched it in across the goal line after that.
What do you have, 3 guys on him defending him?
Yeah,
and Manny just reached up and got it. He was in a traffic jam there, and he just got it and got the ball. So, hats off there. But, again, the mental mistakes, and that's the biggest thing. Coach talked about that last week. But, again, it's nice to see that they got that drive. We got the first downs. We kept the ball, got that momentum going, as you talked about, going now in the second half. We go in the locker room. We're only down by 7. We're in this. We are in this game,
Absolutely.
And so that's a big key right there.
So we're going to take a break here and introduce, coming up after the break, our Inside O'Gorman segment, where Brett Byler sat down and talked to O'Gorman Activities Director Steve Keeter for an interview on the Fall Sports Preview for O'Gorman Athletics, and that interview is next on the Knights halftime show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. Mark can be reached at 605-951-1803 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Hi, Father Sampson. What are you doing?
Hey, Mrs. Colbeck. I've just been spending hours enjoying our new swing set at Christ the King Playground. It's so much fun.
That's right, the new swing set.
With our classroom sizes averaging 15 to 20 students, everyone's going to get their turn on these new swings.
With tuition assistance available, it is never too late to enroll for preschool through 6th grade at Christ the King. It's going to be a great school year.
Welcome back to Inside O'Gorman, sponsored by the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. I'm now joined by O'Gorman Activities Director Steve Keeter. Fall sports is upon us this year, Coach, with each of the fall sports teams now getting underway, including football, which just finished their Dakota Bowl marathon with the game concluding Tuesday afternoon, getting postponed Saturday night and Monday afternoon, and then actually playing the second half Tuesday afternoon. What was that experience like for you as an activities director, kind of figuring out all the logistics of everything? And I know you've been around for a while. Have you ever seen anything quite like that before?
No, I haven't. I have not seen a case where you've had to postpone a game twice, but we knew going into Saturday night that we were looking at some weather, and we thought we'll see how far we can get, and we probably will be looking at either delaying and going later on in the night when the storms move out, or possibly moving to another date. But what we also knew was that was a Saturday night. The forecast for Monday was not good either, so that's probably why we hung in there as long as we did Saturday night. Once we realized we couldn't play it Saturday night, going to Monday, we moved the start time all the way up to 4 o'clock because we knew storms were coming that night. Well, as you know, we got to halftime and here they came. And so we went back to Tuesday, and I just gotta compliment the coaches on the way they handled it. I mean, Kim and Jason both, they understood what was going on. When you have a team sitting there in a gym for 2-3 hours waiting to play, that's frustrating. And, they're both veteran guys, and they handled it, and they were, of course, watching the radar with all of us. And so they understood, and we eventually got it in. But yeah, that's highly unusual, and I hope I never see that again.
Going into fall sports events, is there any COVID rules or regulations for different sports that, say, our audience would need to be aware of that's listening right now? And do you know with our rules, are they similar to some of the other teams that we're going to be playing, like on the road games in the state?
Yeah, at this point, the South Dakota High School Activities Association has no COVID rules in place except the return to play. In other words, there's no fan restrictions, there's no restrictions on players, anything like that. If you have a player that's positive, they do have to sit out 10 days from the onset of symptoms, and then they have to have a doctor's note to return. So that's a little different, but that's really the only COVID protocol that's in place for now.
And last year, O'Gorman took home state titles in the fall sports for boys soccer, girls cross country, and volleyball, who had an undefeated season, which obviously is a tough act to follow this fall. In your opinion, should the Knights be very competitive in their fall sports?
Yeah, we're pretty excited about all the sports, but yeah, particularly the fall. I mean, I think we're very competitive. There's an award, they call it the Kello Cup out there, that they give to the team that has the most successful seasons, and we won it last year because of just what you described. Not only just state championships, but high places in other sports where we were runner-up in boys basketball, third place in girls basketball. You can go on and on. So we had a great year, and I expect this to be a great year also.
And finally, a fun thing coming up in 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks from this Friday, will be homecoming on September 17th, which includes a new Hall of Fame class every year. Can you kind of just let the audience know who some of those new Hall of Famers will be getting honored, and any thoughts or particular memories of any of those individuals?
Well, yes, we got some outstanding individuals going in this year again. Mike Begeman is going in. Mike Begeman coached basketball here for a long time. I believe 18 seasons. Was very successful. He's one of our top in the win column of any basketball coach we've had. And he played at Augustana and taught here, and actually worked at Sanford the last couple of years. Actually played high school basketball at Parker, where he was an all-state player. So anyway, Mike Begeman's going in, very deserving in the coaching world. And then Steve Creer's family is going in. If you're familiar with Steve Creer's family, Trey Creer and his wife Jenny were great athletes here. Jenny was an all-state basketball player. Trey was basketball, football, baseball, all around athlete. Steve, of course, coached here for I don't know how many years, forever. Every sport, football, basketball, track, cross country. He's a referee, probably one of the top referees in the state in football. He's an umpire in baseball. He's in the Hall of Fame at Augustana. He's in the Hall of Fame at Yankton High School. And his family now is going in the Hall of Fame here at O'Gorman. And then last is Cedric Lang, which is an interesting story. Of course, Cedric Lang is going in for basketball because he was an all-state basketball player, won a couple of state titles while he was here. But another reason is he's actually played in the NFL in football. And the reason that's interesting is that he never did play varsity football for me because he concentrated on basketball. He was out his freshman year for football and then concentrated on basketball the rest of the way through. And then after he played 4 years at University of Texas, El Paso, he had 1 year of eligibility remaining. So he came out for football, played tight end, and made all-conference and ended up being drafted into the NFL. Played a couple seasons where he never quite made the regular season. He started a couple of their preseason games, actually ended up getting hurt. But anyway, made an NFL roster, never played football for me, but he's an outstanding athlete and he's going in also. So it's a good group.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we'd like to thank Coach Steve Keeter, Athletic Director at O'Gorman High School, for the insight of going on at O'Gorman. Let's talk about coming up this week here. We have Tuesday night, we have the choir chicken dinner at 6 o'clock. I tell you what, if you want to get a fed, go over there for the chicken dinner on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we start the day with girls tennis versus Sioux Falls Lincoln. That's at McKinnon Park. Soccer against Jefferson. That's at Howard Wood at 4. 5 o'clock at cheerleading and dance down at the Yankton. 6 o'clock boys soccer against Sioux Falls Jefferson. That's at Howard Wood. Next Friday, it's boys golf down to Yankton. And next Saturday, the 11th, September 11th, 9 a.m. boys soccer Yankton. We'll be video streaming that game on YouTube. 9 o'clock girls tennis versus Rapid City Stevens at McKinnon Park. Girls and boys cross country at Yankton Trails. That's at 10. Girls soccer Yankton versus Yankton 11. And then next Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock in the President's Bowl, the third game of the President's Bowl. The President's Bowl went to 2 days this year, Friday night and Saturday. All 4 Sioux Falls schools will be playing somebody outside of Sioux Falls, and we are playing Washington Warriors at 1 o'clock from Howard Wood, and we'll be on the air about 12:30, and you can listen and watch video stream next Saturday. So, Brett, what else is going on?
Well, Dan, have you been to one of those chicken dinners before?
It's been a few years.
Okay. Well, I was just going to piggyback on some of the events you talked about. In the tennis matchup between O'Gorman's girls and Lincoln girls, that's been a big rivalry the past 5 to 10 years, or probably at least since we've been covering O'Gorman. Those are usually the two of the best teams in state. Coach Don Barnes' girls are always good, and Lincoln has a great tradition of tennis as well. I want to mention something that happened last night, Dan. The O'Gorman boys and girls cross-country teams were at the Twilight Augie meet, kind of a cool meet. The girls won it, led by Aaliyah Hardy getting first, Libby Castelli third, Ruth Party got 11th, Lanny Castelluzzo got 37th, and Kira Pinto got 53rd. There were 50 teams, Dan, and over 240 runners, and O'Gorman's girls got first, while the boys ran well, led by Jack Castelli and Evan Maroos and Andrew Dawley. And I know Aaliyah has about 5 colleges she's kind of looking at where she's going to run next year. She is a terrific runner, won the state cross-country championship last year. So Coach Aaron Strand has a good cross-country team as well. And for Saturday, I'm going to be a busy guy because I'm going to be at O'Gorman streaming boys soccer at 9 o'clock. That's versus Yankton. That's a makeup from last Thursday's games that got rained out. And unfortunately, I won't be able to do the girls' game at 11 because I have to run to Howard Wood, set up for our broadcast. We're going on there about 12:30 for our 1 o'clock President's Bowl game against Sioux Falls, Washington. So it's going to be a busy week. The O'Gorman girls volleyball team as well, they're undefeated right now as well. A team that was undefeated last year won the state title. And Bergen Riley, one of the top players in the country in high school volleyball. So if you ever get a chance to watch O'Gorman's girls volleyball team, Dan, I think that'd be well worth the price of admission.
And earlier today now, we'll go back, they had Tiger Bowl. It's been O'Gorman versus Harrisburg all day. 11 o'clock this morning, boys soccer, they tied 1-1. And then at 1 o'clock, the girls soccer, they got beat. Harrisburg won 3-0. And then at 3 o'clock, it was the girls volleyball inside, and the Lady Knights came on top, victorious 3-0 there. So like Brett said, the Lady Knights stay undefeated and ranked number 1 in AA in volleyball. State of South Dakota defending champs. So, and like you said, Bergen Riley being a junior, it's like I tell you what. I remember when she was an 8th grader playing.
Oh yeah,
and watching her and going, whoa.
And her sister Reagan, I believe I saw on Twitter last week, is starting for NDSU as a freshman in volleyball. So. Congratulations to Reagan Riley. That's quite an accomplishment, being just a freshman starting.
And I think North Dakota State, I saw the schedule for South Dakota State, Brett, the other day when I was up in Brookings. North Dakota State comes down and played Brookings, I think like in October for volleyball, girls volleyball. So it'd be a chance if you're a Gorman fan and Riley, you want to see her play, and she'll be back in the area to play South Dakota State.
Absolutely, just about an hour right up the road. So thanks a lot, Dan.
So Inside O'Gorman brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high, and high school exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Our schools strive to have excellence where it counts in faith, academics, and in our community. And opportunities offered to our students. Visit ognights.org to schedule a tour. After the break, we're going to get the scores from last night's AA games and AAA games. We'll bring you up to speed what's going on. You're listening to Gorman Football on Real Presence Radio.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey. Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
Welcome back to the Tiger Bowl here in Harrisburg, South Dakota. At halftime, Harrisburg Tigers 21, the O'Gorman Knights 14. O'Gorman will receive the kickoff here. They just scored with 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. And we'll see if that momentum carries over into the second half. And I'm sure Coach has got the team fired up as O'Gorman get the ball. So let's talk about what teams were hot and cold last night across the state and this afternoon. So Brookings played Douglas 42-0. Sioux Falls, Washington, all over Rapid City Central 62-14. Here in 34, Spearfish 9. T-Area 52. I tell you what, that T-Area football team, they won the title last year. They're hot again this year. They beat Sturgis Brown 52-0. And out in Pierre being was 0-1, they took on the Colonels of Mitchell 35-20. Aberdeen Central all over Yankton 40-28. And then this afternoon, Sioux Falls Roosevelt was supposed to play last night because of the Dakota Bowl going 4 days. They got the game canceled, postponed until this afternoon, so they traveled all the way out to play Stevens, and Stevens came up on top 43-33, so Sioux Falls Roosevelt is 0-2 here now after the second week.
I got a score, Dan. At Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Brandon Valley 7-3 midway through the first quarter. That game, I believe, is out in Brandon tonight. I'm looking for the score of the Watertown-Lincoln game, but I don't see it. I'm going to check one other site. But so Watertown and Lincoln are playing right now as well.
That's at Howard Woods. So
as you see, both the teams are starting to come back on the field right now. We're about a couple minutes away from the start of the second half here. The Knights trailing 21-14.
So tonight's halftime show of the Gorman Knights is sponsored by the BB Agency, supporting Knights of Columbus Insurance for South Dakota, Southwest Minnesota, and northeastern Iowa. For life insurance, long-term care insurance, and retirement products, call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. And to connect with a field agent near you, Knights of Columbus Insurance, strong, dependable, faith-based insurance, protecting your family's financial future. So we'll be back. Stay tuned. You're listening to Gorman Football on Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, president of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End of Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Welcome back. They put a little bit more time back on the clock in the band here in Tiger Bowl, so we got a little bit of extended halftime. So,
I feel bad because the O'Gorman band, Dan, wasn't able to show off their talents at the Dakota Bowl, the halftime stuff. We got through most of the pregame stuff, well, some of it, but that's too bad because I know the O'Gorman marching band. I drive around O'Gorman a lot just through work, and they practice, in June and July and in August in the heat. And
they got band camp. They got everything. They put a lot of work, and they did not get to show off, and they were ready to take the field Monday night.
They were.
And they were ready to say, "Drum major, are you ready?" And all of a sudden, there's a big lightning to the west, and that was the end of that one. So it's like, I'm waiting for the band, and, that's one thing I look forward to with O'Gorman, besides the sports and, the academics, everything O'Gorman has to offer, but the arts that we have,
the theater department.
Oh my gosh! And I asked the theater gal and Nelson. I said, "So what play you guys going to do this year?" We don't know yet. So I'm always looking forward to what big all-school musical in the spring they're going to have, because that's always a sellout. So
I went to the Little Mermaid, was one of the productions they had. Gosh, about 4 or 5 years ago in the springtime, and that was a really terrific show.
Oh yeah, that was cool. They were riding around on them little what do you call them? I'm old school.
Hoverboards?
Hoverboards, thank you. Thank you. See,
thank you, Isaac.
I'm like
bring in the young guns here.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm like, we didn't have those back in 1960.
You didn't have color TV either, did you?
We didn't have color TV until like 72. Lawrence Welk, I'm like, who's that? That's Norma Zimmer. Wow, she's actually blonde? So.
Oh, man. Well, Isaac, how important was that final 5-minute drive ending in a touchdown? Even if it ended ending in a touchdown instead of ending in a field goal, getting that momentum.
Yeah, it is very, very important that they capitalized on that touchdown there, just because that puts so much pressure now on Harrisburg's defense. They have to come out here and try to get a stop, because if O'Gorman punches their way into the end zone again, it's a tie ball game, and it's a completely different ball game here if O'Gorman comes down and marches this thing into the end zone, because this was at one point a 21-7 ball game, 21 straight unanswered. It looked like it was heading towards a rout, and then O'Gorman came back strong.
Okay, what we had heard, and my source that told me yesterday is correct. The coach of the Minnesota Gophers, Row Your Boat, P.J. Fleck, is in the house, and we've seen him since the start of the game down there with the athletic director for the Harrisburg Tigers. Now he's down there taking pictures with some of the young kids and stuff, and he's following the ball back and forth. And I tell you what, he's got to see the O'Gorman drive there and stuff. So hopefully we impressed him a little bit. Maybe I know there's another young man from Sioux Falls, Washington, that plays for the Gophers.
Rock Walker.
Well, yeah. So he was a kicker. Yeah,
right?
But I don't think he didn't kick the other night. So he kind of missed a few kicks last year. So. But I know he's still on the team, and so anytime a young man from South Dakota make a Big Ten school, I tell you what, that's Look at Farniak. He made the Cowboys this year, didn't he?
Yep, and Matt Farniak made the Cowboys 53-man roster.
And the Cowboys start off Thursday night against your Tom Brady.
Yeah, my big old Tom Brady in the Buccaneers. Now, just to clarify for anyone out there listening, I am a Patriots fan first.
Okay.
Well, Tom Brady is my favorite athlete of all time, so I do support them in the Bucs.
Let's get back to high school football. Here we go. Harrisburg's going to kick off to the Knights to start this third quarter. Here's Isaac.
Bryce Soley doing the kicking here for Harrisburg. He'll boot that ball deep into the back of the end zone, and it will sail through the back of the end zone, and O'Gorman will come out with their first possession of the second half. Here after the touchback, O'Gorman has a chance here to tie the ball game with a touchdown. Big offensive drive here for O'Gorman to come out and establish themselves up front especially.
Let's just hope that momentum keeps going here.
Danenbring will come out of the gun. He's got a tight end on the right, Struck the lone receiver on the right, 2 receivers to his left. It's Konechny and movement up front.
Mental mistake.
Penalty flag on the play. Dead ball, false start, assessed the Knights. That'll move the ball back to the
False start there. That was Peter Benson moving on the left side of the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up first down and 15 now. Ball at the 15-yard line. Knights need the 30 to extend the drive here. First down and 15. Danenbring will come out with the same formation. He'll look to his right. Throws a pass over the middle into the hands of David Alpers. A leaping grab down to the 35, and that'll be a first down for O'Gorman.
First catch for him tonight. He was quiet the first half. Did a lot of good blocking and everything, but
Alpers with a nice reception, the tight end committed to South Dakota State University, who made some noise yesterday, Brett.
Where's he going?
South Dakota State University.
Ouch.
Go big, go blue, go Jacks.
The Jackrabbits, Brett.
Bunch is set to the left here. One receiver lone on the right. Offset to the left of Danenbring is Carter Peterson. Quick slant out to Struck. Struck's got some room to run. Makes a cut up the field. He'll fall forward for about 9. They might give him 10. That'll move the chains again. So
Nice.
Struck with a 10-yard reception, and it's a first down O'Gorman.
Midfield now for the Knights.
10-yard gain, first and 10.
Yeah, we were talking about the State game earlier. You know, Canyon Bauer is a junior now at South Dakota State. He got a lot of playing time last night.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That was the Canyon Bauer game back here at the Tiger Bowl back in 2018. He had 3 touchdowns that ball game. Out to Struck again. Struck's got more room to run. This time cuts up to the middle, and he's going to pick up 9 yards on this reception. So Struck back-to-back receptions, 19 yards in 2 plays. And it'll be second down and 1. So Poppinga saw something at halftime, went in, made the adjustment, and here you are with back-to-back screens, picking up a lot of yardage on first down.
Second and 1 for the Knights.
And Struck's a big target, tough to miss on a quick screen outside like that. You might see a fake out of this at one point here. Use Struck as a decoy and run someone down the field. This time they're going to run it down the field, and it'll be Danenbring pulling himself forward. However, he might have gotten short. They're going to mark him about a yard short, so it'll be third and 1. That right there was the counter of the play. They looked like they were going to throw it deep instead, and it'll bring up third down and 1 after Danenbring managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, but couldn't muster his way a yard for a first down.
Both officials on the line went downfield. Nobody was there to really mark the ball, so I think they marked it short.
It did seem that way a little bit on that video, or if you can watch it back on the YouTube stream. This time it's going to be a handoff to Peterson, and he's going to pick up a first down and a little bit more. Carter Peterson rumbles his way down to the 37-yard line. And the O'Gorman faithful on their feet now, starting to pick up a little bit of momentum as they continue to push the ball down the field.
Looks like Harrisburg trying to strip the ball from Peterson there, didn't they?
Timothy Bishop, assisted by number 87.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really trying to get that ball out.
8-yard carry, first and 10 Knights.
First down and 10 O'Gorman. Ball at the 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the right and a bunch set. Carter Peterson offset at Danenbring to the right. The lone receiver is Konechny on the left side. Quick snap, quick screen pass again to Struck. Struck's going to pick up 6 yards along the right side. They'll give him 5, it looks like. And it'll be second down and 5. So Struck 3 receptions on the same play so far this drive.
I love that, how he executes that. He comes right around the corner, comes right around the man, and takes off, and the ball's right there. Danenbring. Seems like Danenbring's passes are crisper tonight than last week.
On time and on target.
Did you work with him?
I did not. I did see him on one of the practices this week, though. So out of the gun here. Trip set to the left. Danenbring spins his way out of a tackle, then bulldozes his way forward and picks up 3 yards on the ground down inside the 30. They're going to mark him right at the 30.
He got an extra 6 yards, 5 yards there.
Third down and 2. It looked like he was going to be held up behind the line of scrimmage, then plowed his way forward with a nice spin. Third down and 3. O'Gorman 4-down territory here. 2 plays to execute this and get a first down. 2 receivers to the right. Alpers the tight end and Carter Peterson the offset back to the left. Struck the lone receiver on the left side. Watch a quick out route here, and it's going to go over to Nelson. Nelson's going to catch it. He's going to pick up a first down, and the Knights continue to move the chains. A wonderful starting drive here to open up the second half. They've run off 4 minutes of the clock, and they'll move the chains once again.
Andrew knew exactly where their marker was.
Got himself on the quick out route to the outside, picked up just enough on the reception, and then leaned out of bounds over the outstretched marker. First down and 10. Struck the lone receiver on the left side, 2 to the right. Tight end is Alpers, and offset to the left is Peterson. Dannenbring off the snap. He's going to drop back to throw. Now he's going to roll out. He's going to take off up the middle. Dannenbring's got room to run up to the right side of the seams, right down near the hash marks, and Dannenbring's going to be brought down at the 6-yard line. A hard hit from the secondary of Carter Barenfoos, but not before a 21-yard scamper from Bennett Dannenbring.
Did you see how that field opened up? It was like the sea split there. Didn't it?
Yeah, it looked
he had
like
all
they
kinds of room there.
Parting the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Here we are, first down and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. I wish O'Gorman could continue to go to this end zone the rest of the ball game, as they've sustained their best 2 drives so far.
Here we go.
Dannenbring will come out of the gun. 2 tight ends set here. 2 receivers on the lone side, Landry and Struck. Snap to Dannenbring, give to Nate Ratzloff off the left side. He's going to gain 2 yards.
Nathan Ratzloff.
Mark him at the 5.
Looks like that backside judge is always putting it about a yard back.
15, Timothy Bishop.
I noticed that earlier, but
second and goal from the 5.
We're all human.
Heading into the end zone here over on the left side by the pylon is head coach P.J. Fleck of the Minnesota Gophers. If I'm Landry right now, I might just wave to him and say, hey, P.J., check this out. Dannenbring out of the gun here. Takes the snap. He's going to throw a fade route to the back right pylon to Struck. Outstretched off of his fingertips.
A little long.
Looked a little bit long.
Same one they called before.
Yep.
In coverage for the Tigers, number 15.
Now you got to run the fade, but back to the pylon. Have a little bit of a pivot back to the pylon, and you might be able to put that thing into the end zone. Here we are, third down and goal, ball at the 5. This is probably 2-down territory here. I don't envision O'Gorman coming out and trying to kick a field goal here. I would much rather try to punch this thing into the end zone, and if not, give a 95-yard field to work with for Harrisburg. Out of the gun, 2 tight ends set. Offset is Ratzloff to the left of Dannenbring. He'll fake the give. He'll roll out. He'll throw a screen back to Ratzloff that was tipped at the line and incomplete. Now you might have to kick the field goal.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
If they would have picked up any yardage there, they would have been able to probably go for it on a short goal. But
did he see the open field over here on the left? On the left?
Yeah.
I don't know if he saw that.
A design screen.
Everything was going right, and he had the open field on the left. I think he could have ran it in. Peter rolled out and
lining up for a field goal attempt, number 15.
There's Nelson.
Andrew Nelson out of the hold of number 26, Emmanuel Struck.
Good snap, good hold. Kick from Nelson is end over end and good. So O'Gorman does get on the board. They muster across the field goal, and with 6:44 left in the third quarter, O'Gorman cuts into the lead. It's 21-17, Harrisburg on top. We'll take a break here on Real Presence Radio Network. Stay tuned for more Knights football after the break.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also has gifts for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and special occasions. Crossroads is located at 41st and Grange, next to Camille's, and are online at crossroadsbook.com. Crossroads, books, gifts, music.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family-owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. That scoring drive for Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights has been brought to you by Closets & More, a locally owned company providing custom-designed closets and storage solutions. Closets & More can be reached at 605-334-5135 or online at closetsandmoresd.com. The kick from Nelson sails into the back of the end zone, and we will open up Harrisburg's first drive of the second half.
Well, Brett made a good observation here.
So the Tigers
Harrisburg hadn't had the ball in 12 and a half minutes or so, since about 6 minutes ago in the second quarter when they gave it up, and Gorman
that
had
was
it now. So
kind of what I was talking about heading into the half, how huge that was, because you kept the Harrisburg offense off the field, and then you had the opportunity to create a rather long drive to try to keep them off, and a touchdown there obviously would have been better, but still a field goal, getting some points, keeping it under in a one-score game now, and a touchdown could win it if you hold them, but just keeping that ball out of Harrisburg's hands, making them work with their backs against the wall here as that pass is to Lincoln Carlson on the shovel pass there for 5 yards.
By number 18 for the Knights, John White. 6-yard pass play makes it 2nd and 4 for the Tigers.
I wonder how many games a year the head coach of a Big Ten school goes to. High school games. Personally, himself.
That's a good question. Knuth out of the gun. He'll throw a deep fade route down the right sideline. Incomplete.
Nelson on the coverage. Good coverage.
Incomplete.
Everyone wanting a pass interference over there. They're not going to get it now. The boos are going to settle in.
Well, they saw something we did.
In coverage for the Knights, number 15, Andrew Nelson.
So Nelson in the coverage there. They'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers.
Let's hold them, defense.
Could be a big stop here for O'Gorman if they can get a stop here on 3rd and 4. Knuth wanted to check down to the receiver, didn't have it. Now he's going to throw a quick pass that's going to be caught by Gavin Ross for a first down.
Oh,
excellent patience from Jacob Knuth as the initial screen pass wasn't there. Pulled it out, ran around, and then some broken coverage there finally allowed Gavin Ross to just slip enough behind the defense and pick up 8 yards. Knuth out of the gun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He'll take the snap, drop back to pass. A screen pass is going to be caught by Ross. Ross down the sideline now. Lost the football, then gained control of it. It popped out, and he corralled it on his right arm.
Number 57, Zachary Carlson.
We got a player down.
Looks like it's Rush Landry. Must be cramping here.
Yep, he's grabbing his toe.
So we'll take a quick break here on Real Presence Radio Network. Harrisburg is starting to drive the football across the 50 when we come back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here. O'Gorman's Rush Landry helped off the field after he was cramping down there for the official medical timeout.
Harrisburg Ace Hardware, Fairway Grocery Game Management Team, wearing the gold t-shirt.
So Harrisburg has it 1st down and 10. The ball is at the O'Gorman 43-yard line. So dangerous situation here for O'Gorman. Can't give up a touchdown.
Coming off the injury timeout, the Tigers 1st and 10.
Got to get strong up front here
43.
and get some initial push. Snap to Knuth. He'll look back to throw a quick screen over to Ross. Ross around the left side is going to pick up about 6.5, 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Ross just has too much speed when you get him out on the perimeter like that with three wide receivers lead blocking for him. It's just way too tough to stop Gavin Ross from at least picking up 5.
Play brings up 2nd and 3 for the Tigers.
That Knuth, he's pretty darn good. Fun to watch.
Knuth out of the gun this time. Fakes the give. He's going to have pressure up the middle right in his face. He's going to roll out. Matichek chasing him. Matichek's going to hit him, and then he's going to stand out of bounds. Ball was thrown and then deflected by Struck. It looked like Knuth almost stepped out of bounds before he threw it.
Kind of looked that way, didn't it?
We're just going to say it was an incomplete pass, and it'll be third down. Gabe Cheddar comes into the ball game for Sam Jacobson here on 3rd down and 3.
The incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers.
This is probably 4-down territory here for Harrisburg as well, so O'Gorman's going to need a big stop here to set up a 4th down. Knuth out of the gun, and a timeout for O'Gorman.
First timeout of the second half for the Knights. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Tigers 21, Knights 17. You're listening to O'Gorman Football on Real Presence Radio.
I'm Bishop Donald DeGrood. I'd like to invite you to the Through God's Love Conference on Saturday, October 30th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Over the last few months, we've been spreading the word about the diocesan vision, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. Now I'd like to invite you to participate in this conference, where we will help you respond to God's call and in turn help others know and love Him themselves. Visit sfcatholic.org and join me in the renewal the Holy Spirit is working in our diocese.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here at the Tiger Bowl on the campus of Harrisburg. A nice crowd tonight, a beautiful night, much different from last weekend when the Knights tried to host their Dakota Bowl and it was rained out 2 separate times.
We had over 7 inches in Sioux Falls in my place since last Thursday morning till yesterday morning.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a lot of rain for
We needed that rain, but not in a week's span.
Not in 7 days.
Harrisburg 3rd down and short. Snap, give to Ross, running around the left side. He's going to pick up the first down.
Darn.
Nice tackle by Logan Height.
Logan Height.
But not before the first down was picked up.
5-yard gain on the play is enough for a Tiger. First down. 1st and 10 at the O'Gorman 31.
Here's where you got to get big if you're O'Gorman here. You got to set up a second down and long.
You got to flex here.
Here comes Harrisburg out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Fakes the give to Ross. Throws over the middle. This time it's caught by Carlson. Tackled by Struck. But not before another first down for Harrisburg. That was just a quick dart.
Carlson. Tackle on the play by number 26, Emmanuel Struck. The Knuth to Carlson connection's enough for 16 yards and a Tiger first down.
Ball on the 15 and driving here with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Knuth takes the snap, then it's just a design run along the left side. He's going to pick up, I think they're going to give him 4 yards.
By number 11, Pierce Gamarco.
He's out at the 11.
Correction, number 24, Carter Peterson. Knocks Knuth out at the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Second down and 6. Ball is at the 11. A I formation here for Harrisburg. They'll send the tight end in motion from the left to the right. They'll give it to Ross. He's got room along the outside. Breaks the first tackle and then waltzes into the end zone. And a touchdown for Harrisburg.
Come out of the eye, went over to the right-hand side, took off blocking. Great call by the Tigers.
27-17 as they line up for the point-after attempt.
Very tough to tackle him, but you got to have better outside contain there out of the O'Gorman secondary.
And we haven't had that. All night we haven't had that containment.
In to attempt the extra point, number 9, Bryce Soley.
So Soley on to attempt the extra point here. Now this makes this next drive crucial for O'Gorman offensively, as Soley's kick is good.
Soley's kick is up and good.
So with 3:47 left here in the third quarter, the Harrisburg Tigers punch it into the end zone and take a 28-17 lead over the O'Gorman Knights. Stay tuned for more O'Gorman Knights football here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Are you ready for some football? Real Presence Radio has you covered. We will be broadcasting and video streaming Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights football games both home and away this fall, starting on Saturday, August 28th. Have your business's radio spot heard across the radio, YouTube video stream, mobile app, and RPR website during all our O'Gorman football broadcasts. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman football broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School as that kickoff from Bryce Soley sails out of the back of the end zone.
Back for the Knights will place the ball at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
So the Knights will get the ball with 3:47 to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 11.
Crucial offensive possession here for the Knights just to try to get on the board. You got to get some sort of points. A touchdown is obviously what you're looking for, but even a field goal here cuts it to a one-possession ball game. And then you got to man up on defense and get a stop in order to give your offense another chance. Dannenbring will come out of the gun. He'll fake the give to Peterson. Now he'll keep it up the middle. Roll around, spin move. Dannenbring's creating some space and is going to be tackled down to the 28-yard line.
8 yards on the carry.
Tackle on the play for the Tigers. Number 15, Timothy Bishop. And number 20, Nick Chan.
Spinning around, and
8 yards for Dannenbring will bring up 2nd and 2 for the Knights.
You didn't see him doing that Monday and Tuesday.
I think he's more running for his life tonight than he was on Monday and Tuesday. Because this Harrisburg defensive line is getting a lot of penetration right now. Dannenbring out of the gun, throws it to Alpers, and he drops it.
Had been a beautiful first down.
Would have been a first down off the hands of Alpers and incomplete, and Alpers visibly upset about himself about that drop.
That usually doesn't happen.
Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 2.
Third and short.
Knights need a first down here. Already in the danger zone.
If not, if they have to punt, they don't make this, give Harrisburg excellent field coverage.
2 receivers to the left, tight end to the right, struck the lone receiver on the right side. The snap, the fake give to Peterson, and now Dannenbring's just going to be brought down in the backfield.
Here comes the punt team.
Absolutely no movement up front for O'Gorman, and that just does him in on that drive.
Aiden Biox. And number 33, Jack Dieter.
I thought that momentum after the field goal in the second half, beginning of the quarter would lead into this drive, but it just kind of took the wind out of their sail here a little bit. So he'll be punting again. He's back at the 10-yard line.
Deep for the Tigers. Titan Tryon.
Oh!
Carlson.
Hagee's got a chance to pick up a first down here. He's going to have to get up the field, and there goes Hagee down the right side for a first down on a broken play. Peyton Hagee, the punter, had a high snap that he had to go back and catch, and then he saw the entire right side of the field all to himself, took it down the right sideline, and picked up the first down.
Wow. How does that happen?
A broken play results in a first down, and O'Gorman survives a big scare there, and now Hagee's down cramping on the field.
A second time tonight he's got the cramps.
Wow. I can't believe that just happened. We're going to take a quick break here on Real Presence Radio Network. The Knights pick up a 4th down conversion on the broken play on the punt. And we'll be back after the break.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. Out of the gun, Dannenbring takes the snap. He'll roll out to his left. He's got room to run along the sideline. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. Then he's going to get upended out of bounds. And he's slow to get up.
Wow,
he
he went all
will
the way to
eventually
bench.
stand up.
I thought maybe it was a little extracurricular activity out of bounds, but they didn't call it.
6 yards on the carry for Dannenbring.
Wow, cannot be understated
4
that
for the
Peyton
Knights.
Heggie just made a huge play for the O'Gorman offense here to give him another chance on a broken play. Great job of staying poised back there. Give up the middle to Peterson, and that is going to be about a half a yard short.
Dannenbring looks so tired. I would be too.
Tackle by number 44.
Oh, now who's
Hayden
cramping up?
Biox.
Wow.
Injury timeout on the field.
Our guys are cramping up big time.
So we will take one more break here on Real Presence Radio Network while we attend to the injury on the field.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN. From there you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. Peterson helped off the field as he was cramping as well. So the O'Gorman Knights dealing with a lot of cramps right now. Could be part of the short week of practice after a long week of game, if it was games. 3rd down and 1 for O'Gorman here. They need to pick up the first down. The handoff to Ratzlaff. He's going to pick it up around the right side. Fall forward, so a nice first down there for Ratzlaff. And the chains will continue to move. A big drive here for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. If they can punch this thing into the end zone and get a nice defensive stop, they'd have a chance to take the lead. And depending on how much time left, a possible chance to win it. Still a whole 4th quarter to go, but Harrisburg and O'Gorman have both been eating a lot of clock on both of their drives here in this second half. Dannenbring out of the gun, 2 receivers to the left. He's going to take the snap. He's got nobody open, man in his face. Now he's going to have to roll around and finally will be brought down and sacked. O'Gorman, Dannenbring's been sacked 4 or 5 times now and just has had no opportunity to get rid of the football.
5-yard loss for the Knights. 2nd 15. 26 seconds. We'll see if they get a playoff here before the quarter break. Looks like they will.
O'Gorman will come to the line. Ball just on the back side of the 50 now. 2nd down and 15. Dannenbring takes the snap. Will fake the give and keep up the middle and runs into nothing. Probably should have given that one there.
To Peterson.
But just no push right now up front on the line of scrimmage. As Dannenbring's just getting met in the backfield time after time. So that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. Harrisburg Tigers lead 28-17 here with O'Gorman having the football at the 50-yard line when we come back from the break on 3rd down and 15 on Real Presence Radio Network.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also has gifts for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and special occasions. Crossroads is located at 41st and Grange, next to Camille's, and are online at crossroadsbook.com. Crossroads, books, gifts, music.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
You're listening to Real Presence Radio, FM 94.5 KGWD Sioux Falls, FM 91.3 KSTJ Hartford, and FM 94.9 K235DE Brookings, your family of faith and hope.
3rd down and 15 for O'Gorman here as we come out of the break. Danenbrink with the snap. He'll throw it over to the right side. Quick pass to Maverick Jones. He's going to pick up a couple of yards after contact, and he's going to be wrapped up 5 yards short of the first down. However, that gives O'Gorman a much better chance to pick up a first down here.
Okay, score update at Howard Wood Field. Sioux Falls Lincoln 17. The Arrows of Watertown 12. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Out at Brandon Valley 10, Sioux Falls Jefferson 7. Minute left in the first half. So good games across AAA football in South Dakota tonight.
Here it is, 4th down for Sioux Falls O'Gorman, 4th and 5. They need the 36-yard line. Alpers will go out wide now. A new formation gets set. Alpers on the line, 2 receivers to the left. Snap to Danenbrink. They'll give it to Jones. It'll be a reverse play to Struck around the side. A pickup block from Danenbrink, and Struck's going to be tackled short of the first down.
They snuffed that out.
Tackled by number 20.
Didn't fool anybody there.
Chan for the Tigers. Struck is short of the line to gain, so the Tigers take over.
And the Knights turn it over. And we got a player down. Manny's down, Isaac.
Cramping. So we'll take a break, or we'll keep it here, I guess.
Timeout on the field.
Struck is attended to on the field.
I like the play call.
I do like the play call. It's just really frustrating watching our inability to block right now. And I know that Jason, if he'll come up here after the game, that'll be the first thing that he says, is that we just can't block anybody right now. And on a reverse play like that where you've got everyone sweeping to one side of the field and then you've got Struck all alone, we just can't have our quarterback having to pick up a missed block and lead block on the right side. I mean, we've got guys just kind of turning around and looking at each other, and it's just really unfortunate. We have to clean up our running game. I mean, just our blocking in general. We need to pick it up, because if this is a problem for the rest of the season, being undersized already, we're already at a disadvantage. But if we just can't move the ball and keep people out of our backfield, we're going to be in for a long season.
This second game, and like you said, it could be a long season. They need to change. So they're going to take over on the 39-yard line with 11:06 to go in regulation. Harrisburg 28, O'Gorman 17. Harrisburg has the ball.
Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
1st and 10 for Knuth and the Tigers. Any sort of points on the board would probably put this one out of reach. Knuth will give it to Ross. Runs up the middle. He's going to pick up quite a few yards, and he'll get a first down.
Tripped up by number 18 for the Knights, John White. 11-yard
Ross to the 50-yard line.
Moves the ball to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers.
You can't be doing that every play.
Knuth takes the snap, gives it to Gavin Ross along the right side, and there goes Ross down the sideline. Ross, with a lot of room to run, barrels his way down to the 25. I'll say he stepped out of bounds at the 27. And that'll be another first down for Harrisburg.
You know, he's a little shorter guy, but tell you what, he can run.
This is the part of the game where
Logan Height.
Bowling ball.
Tate Wishart style.
Yeah.
23-yard run for Ross makes it 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Well, that guy could run, couldn't he?
1st down and 10. 3 receivers to the left for Knuth. He'll take the snap, give it off to Ross up the middle, and Ross is just going to continue to bully his way forward for 8 yards. This is where the fatigue starts to set in for O'Gorman, and just the undersized players starts to take over for O'Gorman. Now we're going to get some extracurriculars in the backfield.
That'll be on the Knights. That'll be a unsportsmanlike on the Knights. Oh, he's calling it on both. Offsetting. He called it on both of them.
Offsetting penalties, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
Well, he was getting off him. There was a little pushing on both sides there when he was getting off him, the O'Gorman player.
Result of the play will be 2nd down and a long 2 for the Tigers.
2nd down and 2 for Harrisburg now. Knuth out of the gun, 3 receivers to his left. Ross offset in the backfield. He'll take the snap, give the handoff to Ross. He runs around the right side. Now he's got room to run. Upended by Jack White, but not before he gets inside the 5-yard line.
Tripped up by number 18 for the Knights, John White.
He can get right in there.
Ross carries the ball down to the 3-yard line where it will be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Like you said, if they score here, this could put it out of reach. Be quarterback keeper, maybe.
Knuth takes the snap, gives it off to Ross. He'll just rumble his way right into the end zone for a touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run for number 5, Gavin Ross.
An O'Gorman player down, cramping again in the end zone.
As they line up for the point after attempt. Injury timeout on the field.
So let's take a break. 9:34, Tigers left in the 4th quarter. Tigers 34, O'Gorman 17. You're listening to O'Gorman Football on Real Presence Radio.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Here at Catholic Family Services, we believe counseling is for everyone. Catholic Family Services is here to help whether you are navigating a life transition, such as going to college or changing career paths, wanting to improve your communication skills, making plans for your future family, or wanting to understand mental health. If you would like more information or to set up an appointment with one of our trained professionals, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. Harrisburg on to attempt the extra point here. After the injured player was helped off the field for O'Gorman, it'll be Bryce Soley on to kick. And that kick is up and no good.
Nelson got in there and maybe blocked one of these sometime. Score remains 34-17, 9:40 to go in the ball game.
We'll get ready to take a break here once again on Real Presence Radio Network.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. the Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey. Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
That kick sails into the back of the end zone, and O'Gorman will come out here offensively. They're going to have to move quickly, and they're going to have to score, and then they're going to have to convert on an onside kick not once but twice. So a 3-score ball game with 9 minutes to go. Not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely a daunting task in front of you right now if you're Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Hey, got to give a shout out to Matthew Peters. You know, was a wonderful lineman on both sides of the ball last year. Now he's down in Iowa, and I think he's hurt, if I remember right. He got surgery right when he graduated, so he's not playing this year. But I believe he's down at Dort, so hats off. Say hi to Matt Peters because he commented on the YouTube channel.
We could use a Matt Peters out here.
Oh, God,
right
couldn't
now.
we? Too bad he doesn't have another year eligibility.
Yeah. A COVID year in high school, maybe. Yeah. Something nice like that.
So hope you're enjoying college, Matt.
Second and 10 for O'Gorman.
Second down and 10 for O'Gorman after the incomplete pass there on first down. Dannenbring will come out of the gun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. The lone receiver is Landry. Offset in the backfield is Ratzloff. Dannenbring takes the snap, looks to his left. He'll fire a pass over the middle. This one is caught by Rush Landry. And Landry's got room to run down the sideline. Landry, he's got one man to beat to the 10, to the 5, end zone.
He went out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 1.
Oh, man, hopefully this ball wasn't fumbled into the end zone.
No, it went out.
Tackle
So
on the play by number 20, Nick Chan.
Yep, Gorman ball.
Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So Landry catches a slant route over the middle and goes the whole length of the field down to the 1-yard line. And as he's reaching the ball across the end zone, they say he was down before the ball was fumbled, possibly out of the back of the end zone. So Harrisburg wanted the touchback on the fumble out of the back of the end zone.
But I don't think the ball ever went in the end zone. I think the ball just went right out of bounds to the east. So I mean that's a blessing. Here we go. Can we execute here?
O'Gorman will come out in a full stack here. They'll give the ball up the middle. It's Ratzloff who bulldozes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So it did not take O'Gorman any time at all to drive the whole length of the field, 75 yards. And they're right back into this ball game. It took 20 seconds for O'Gorman to score 7 points. So O'Gorman now could kick this ball away and hope for the stop, or they could try to surprise onside or any plethora of ideas here. But a huge drive there for O'Gorman.
Hey, it's a 10-point game, so
out of the hold of Emmanuel Struck.
That kick from Nelson is up and good.
Nelson's kick is up.
So with 9:07 left here in the fourth quarter, O'Gorman making this a ball game again. It's 34-24. Stay tuned for more Knights football after the break on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End of Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, home of the 2021 Tiger Bowl here at Harrisburg, as O'Gorman goes 75 yards in 20 seconds to make this a 10-point ball game again. So a brand new ball game after we had thought that it was started to be out of reach. 20 seconds later, we've got a 10-point ball game, and there's still 9 minutes to go. So O'Gorman could get a stop and a score, and then there's always the onside kick possibility. So here's a surprise onside kick, and it's going to be, oh man, I think Harrisburg recovered it.
Oh, barely,
Onside
barely.
kick recovered by the Tigers.
Very nice job there of Skylar Wadzinski.
Recovered by number 3, Skylar Wadzinski.
But Nelson did good by the camouflage.
Nelson did a really good job of laying that kick down. That was very recoverable, but he had to wait that extra yard or two for it to get 10 yards down the field, and then Wadzinski was just waiting there for it.
It went 11, so I thought maybe we
Man, that was close. If that goes about 2 feet more to the left,
we would have had it.
That's all O'Gorman football. No one else around. The only player there was Wadzinski, and it went right to him.
Late.
So Knuth out of the gun here. First down and 10. He'll drop back to pass. He's got a receiver over the middle. This one is caught down inside the 20.
Nelson with the stop. The Gorman player came on late, right before the snap. So
Walters' 21-yard line is marked down. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
You know, we comment. That's why we're talking about that. Do the onside kick, because it's going to be hard to stop them. And Brett was 100% correct there. You know, if we're going USD, he kind of maybe sometimes can surprise us.
It's not very often that happens.
Often.
So out of the gun comes Knuth here. Knuth, clap of the hands, takes the snap, hands it off to Ross up the middle. This time he's stuffed. Still falls forward for a yard. With a much better stop that time.
Tackle on the play for the Knights, number 4, David
Now,
Alford.
just for my other USD friends, I like USD, but I have to give Brett a hard time. So no offense to anybody else who went to USD. I have a lot of friends who went to USD, but I purposely do that to pick on Brett. So don't take offense to that, folks.
I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend's brother who lives down in Austin, Texas, watching this football game right now. So big old Dexter, hope you are having a good Saturday evening down in Austin, Texas. Snap to Knuth. He'll throw a swing pass outside to Carlson. Carlson's going to get about 3 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
7.5 minutes to go here in the regulation. Harrisburg 34, Gorman Knights 24. Harrisburg's knocking on the doorstep here with 17 yards, 16 yards.
Knuth, 3rd down, moves a receiver in motion from the right side to the left. Still 3 receivers. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got time to throw. Ball up into the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
Wow.
Oh, man. O'Gorman survives on an incomplete pass, and now it'll be 4th down and 6.
You see that pressure? Good pressure by the Knights there.
Yeah, good pressure by the Knights. It looks like Soley's going to come on to kick the field goal here. So with just under 7 minutes, 6:57 to go, a 10-point ball game, and Bryce Soley comes on to kick a field goal, it would stay a 2-possession ball game no matter what here.
Looks like a 34-yard attempt here.
Always got to be careful of Harrisburg running a fake here.
Number 9, Bryce Soley.
Soley on to kick the field goal. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And that is good.
Soley's kick is up and good.
So Bryce Soley knocks in the field goal. And with 6:51 left here in the 4th quarter, Harrisburg leads 37-24. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned for more Knights football in the close of this fantastic game on Real Presence Radio Network.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also has gifts for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and special occasions. Crossroads is located at 41st and Grange, next to Camille's, and are online at crossroadsbook.com. Crossroads, books, gifts, music.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family-owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. The kick from Soley sails into the back of the end zone, where the Knights will take over now with a touchback.
So the touchback will place the ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for O'Gorman.
You know, we're talking off air, like we talked, O'Gorman's a little bit undersized from the Tigers. You can see that, the matchup and everything. But
yeah, O'Gorman just a little bit undersized at every position, and you can kind of tell right now that it's getting to him. Just physically, Harrisburg has more physically dominant players across the board right now. A quick swing pass outside in space to Maverick Jones, who bullies his way over the corner and picks up the first down.
Good job, Maverick.
So O'Gorman needs to pick up a first down, and they need to pick up a first down, or excuse me, a touchdown rather quickly. They're trying to get across the line here and score.
Ooh, at Howard Wood, Watertown 18, Sioux Falls Lincoln 17 with 6 minutes to go in regulation there at Howard Wood Field. Ooh.
Dannenbring will come out of the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Struck, and the tight end is Alpers. Dannenbring flushed out to his right. He's got Maverick Jones open, and another reception there to Jones. It'll move the chains again. So another first down reception there for the sophomore Maverick Jones.
Well, he can slip right in underneath the radar, can he?
Yeah, absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball spotted at their own 41-yard line.
One thing I have noticed is we've had, 4 or 5 players cramp up and nobody from Harrisburg?
Yep.
That tells you we've just got done playing Tuesday. These boys are tired.
Similar route combination. Dannenbring over the middle to Struck. It's caught. Struck down inside the 50, and another first down. So Gorman starting to move the chains. The one thing that you've noticed since that last drive of the second quarter is that O'Gorman's been able to sustain some more drives. If it wasn't for that long, unsuccessful first quarter, this could be a really different ball game right now. However, O'Gorman's still in a position where they can put up some points and have a chance at this thing if they punch us into the end zone here. O'Gorman will come out of the gun. It's Dannenbring. He'll take the snap. He'll give it up the middle. It's Maverick Jones around the right side. Makes a man miss. Tackled down from behind, but not after he gets 9 yards. And it'll bring up second down and short.
36-yard line.
5:12 left here, and now a Harrisburg Tiger is slow to get off the field.
9 yards on the carry. Will bring up second down and
That's
1.
Tim Bishop hobbling off the field. So the clock stopped there due to the injury timeout. And now it'll run. So Dannenbring calling the play in the huddle. O'Gorman has a chance here to try to punch this thing across the goal line. Now 5 minutes left. They trail by 13. Dannenbring takes the snap, gives it up the middle to Jones. Jones is going to run forward. He'll pick up the first down. The clock will stop momentarily.
Tackle for the Tigers by number 27, Timon Long.
It hasn't stopped.
No. What is going on?
3 yards on the carry.
Now they stopped it.
Down, 1st and 10.
Well, it's like 7 seconds went off.
Put some time back on the clock.
Now he'll start it. Wow.
Come on, Scott. Dannenbring out of the gun. He's got Struck on a deep fade down the sideline. Turns around and catches it as he falls out of bounds.
Nice
what a grab
catch
by Struck down inside the 10.
He like did a 180.
Yeah, what a nice turnaround and grab.
Sweet catch by Manny. You taught him that, didn't you?
24-yard pass play marks
I wish.
first and goal for the
I wish I
Knights
was that
at the
athletic.
Harrisburg
No, I mean the way you threw the balls to him.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Here we go. First and goal on the 10.
Dannenbring out of the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Struck alone on the right side. Now they'll send Nelson in motion. A bad snap.
No!
Recovered by the Tigers.
And Harrisburg recovers.
Oh, the door was open.
So any sort of momentum that O'Gorman had is now out the back door.
Snap went by Dannenberg. He fumbled it back. Now they got Harrisburg got the ball on the 26.5-yard line.
That snap was a missile backwards to his right and then running back. Dannenbrink tried to pick it up on the run. And even though it's a tough position to be in because you want to pick that thing up and try to at least pick it up and throw it away, but in that situation you just have to understand that you have to fall in that football and give your guys another chance. That ball is incomplete.
Pass from Knuth intended for number 2, Andrew Walters, incomplete. The incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10.
Okay, 3:48 to go in the ball game. Harrisburg 37, Knights 24. The door was open. We had a chance to get it within 7.
So Knuth out of the gun here. Expect a handoff to Ross. Ross on the carry up the middle. He's going to get 2 yards. Gorman's going to have to take a timeout.
And
they do.
That'd be their second of the second half.
Number 51.
We're going to stay here.
Timeout on the field.
So O'Gorman had an opportunity there, and then a bad snap sailed away from Dannenbring, who then tried to pick it up on the run. Harrisburg recovers, and now O'Gorman has their backs against the wall. They need to get a stop here, stop the clock, get a punt back, and then it's all uphill from there.
Don't have an update from Howard Wood, still 18-17. 10-7 out at Brandon Valley. The Lynx on top of Jefferson. At halftime out there. Well, Harrisburg with 3:43 to go here, up by 13. They just going to kind of run the ball and run the clock down to get out of here. Or are they going to put it up, you think?
I honestly do think that we're going to... movement up front.
Penalty flag on the play.
Oh, this is going to be interesting to see who moves first.
So that'd be on Harrisburg. So
against the Tigers.
Take it back. Make it 3rd and long.
5-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 24-yard line.
They can hold him here. We got a
3rd
chance.
down and 13.
We got a chance with 3:43. We get the ball back about 3:30, 3:35 here.
We've got a long ways to go, but still a possibility.
Stranger things have happened.
Knuth drops back to pass.
Get him.
That's got to be a block in the back, but there's no one there to see it. That pass incomplete, and they're going to call a flag.
No.
Unbelievable.
That's twice.
Intended for number 2, Andrew Walter, is incomplete.
And that ball,
Penalty
he didn't
flag
have to
on
do
the
that.
play.
I don't believe that. Automatic first down for the Tigers. And Canute looks like he's cramping up a little bit. So is Carlson.
Pass interference, the indication against the Knights.
There's 2 tonight I didn't agree with.
A 15-yard penalty moves the ball up to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Harrisburg.
37-24, 3:35 to go in the ball game here. Harrisburg's got the ball on the 39-yard line.
Now expect Harrisburg to run the clock here. Just pound the ball with Ross up the middle. And there goes Ross around the left side. Makes a couple of people miss, continuing to make people miss. And he's down across the line of game. And another first down for Harrisburg.
He's like a little grease pig out there.
Number 18, John
Wow. I'm serious. You guys ever done that?
I've never greased a pig, no.
No, you ever chased one?
No. No, I'm not
Ross
80
carries
years
the ball
old.
Up to the Tigers' 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Harrisburg.
I tell you what, clock continues to run. You guys got to get out. Brett, you leave a sheltered life.
First down and 10 for Knuth. Tigers will snap it, hand it off to Ross. He'll scamper his way down the right side, upended on top of his head now, down for a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. This is one of those games that you have a sour taste in your mouth if you're O'Gorman. You come into this ball game trying to spoil the Tiger Bowl, and you have a shot twice to possibly go ahead and tie it or give yourself a chance, and then we
choke.
A couple of bad plays, and then a penalty here and there, and
mental mistakes,
and it puts us right out of it. So it's just it's tough. It's tough to be a fan and a player for O'Gorman, knowing that this game is not a 13-point ball game. It's really just a couple of plays away from being a tied ball game. It's just you have to come out and you have to execute every play, and right now Harrisburg's been executing more plays than we have. So timeout O'Gorman, 3rd down and short. We'll take our break with 2:06 left here in the 4th quarter. Tigers lead by 13 on Real Presence Radio Network.
As a reminder, at the end.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School here at the Tiger Bowl 2021 edition. Harrisburg with it 3rd and 3, a chance to ice the game here with a first down.
O'Gorman just called their final timeout, so they're out. Harrisburg has all 3, but down by 13, we were in this. And, maybe we get a fumble, run it back, and we can get back in this.
The pitch to Ross, and he's hammered by David Alpers. David Alpers laying the wood there on Gavin Ross. That's a little bit of frustration coming out from Alpers there as he completely leveled Gavin Ross, and it'll now be 4th down and 5.
2-yard loss on the carry. Makes it 4th down and 5 for the Tigers.
Okay, and they're going to let the clock run. They're going to take that all the way down. Use that whole 30 seconds. Maybe take a delay game, but they'll probably call the timeout right beforehand. Minute 26.
So like we were kind of talking about earlier, this is just a game that
timeout, Tigers.
You're going to go back to the drawing board on Monday. Or excuse me, well, that's Labor Day, but they might be practicing. Not sure how that all works out, but you're going to go back to the drawing board on Monday. You're going to talk about the mistakes that were made today, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be an ugly film session. And then you're going to come out and practice on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and prepare yourselves for the President's Bowl. It's just such a weird season right now for O'Gorman, their first 3 games of the year on Saturdays. But the President's Bowl is going to be a really big game. It's it's an important game. And after you come out here against a Harrisburg team that's preseason ranked number 1, and they come out and they put up 21 unanswered on you, the Knights could have easily just mailed it in and rolled over, but they came back and struck back with some vengeance, and they were about 2 plays away from making this game a tied ball game or just a 1-possession game. And instead, there's just been a couple of mental mistakes, just a couple of missed assignments, and some missed tackles, and that's been the story of the game.
Down by 13, you had a chance to take the lead there. If we'd have scored there and got the ball, or down by 6, we'd have come back and scored.
Yep.
Possible to take the lead and win this puppy.
And just that first drive of the second half stalling at the 5-yard line after an 80-yard, 6-minute drive. It's just the small things like that that obviously have to be taken care of, as Harrisburg is going to come out and try to pick up the first down here. Fake to Ross. It's just going to be a deep ball down the sideline, and it's going to be caught.
And Nelson's down
by Walter.
Nelson goes down on the coverage. Nelson was with him step for step all the way.
Moves the ball down to the 6-yard line.
Little collision there at the 6.
Goal for the Tigers. Injury timeout on the field.
Cramp. Wow.
We'll get ready to take a break here on Real Presence Radio Network. 1 minute and 9 seconds left, and Harrisburg with the ball inside the 10-yard line.
I'm Bishop Donald DeGrood. I'd like to invite you to the Through God's Love Conference on Saturday, October 30th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Over the last few months, we've been spreading the word about the diocesan vision, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. Now I'd like to invite you to participate in this conference, where we will help you respond to God's call and in turn help others know and love Him themselves. Visit sfcatholic.org and join me in the renewal the Holy Spirit is working in our diocese.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. Harrisburg has a minute left to just run out the clock here and take 3 knees. But the way that Harrisburg is, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just going to try to put this thing in the end zone.
They're going to put it in the end zone. They want the PowerPoints. They want the big win instead of a 13. They want to.
Goal for the Tigers.
This is the Tiger Bowl. They want to make a statement here. The rest of the state. They're going to try to punch it in.
Come out in I formation. Now this is perfect bulletin board material if you're O'Gorman and you get to play Harrisburg again after they just tried to essentially run it up on you.
Gavin Ross.
Okay, we're under a minute. Clock's running.
Tackle for the Knights, number 24, Carter Peterson, and 26, Emmanuel Struck.
Canute, I think he wants to take it in. He's going to walk to the coach and be like, come on.
The carry will bring up 2nd and goal for the Tigers.
30 seconds.
2nd down and goal for Harrisburg. Knuth is going to push this thing across the end zone.
Number 7, Jacob Knuth, in for the touchdown. The quarterback sneak makes the score 43-24 as they line up for the point after attempt.
So a touchdown for Harrisburg.
Big game for the senior. 43-24. Extra point here coming up. There's the snap. It's good. 44-24, 17 seconds to go. Here in the fourth quarter.
The Tigers lead 44-24.
O'Gorman did have their chances tonight. No doubt about it.
They come back downfield for the kickoff.
A lot of things.
So we'll take one more break here before we come back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life. annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School as Soley is teeing up the football to kick this thing away.
Ball taken by number 8, Rush Landry.
Actually, that was number 84, Rylan Satter on the reception.
Number 84, Rylan Sattler.
11 seconds.
Sattler takes the ball up to the 33-yard line. First and 10.
Now
for
the Knights will take a knee to finish this game out.
And now the Knights will take a knee. And that'll end it.
And the Knights kneel on the ball. And that's the end of the ball game with the Tigers.
So that'll do it. Harrisburg wins 44-24 in the Tiger Bowl. And we will come back after the break to wrap things up here in the Knights Locker Room Show, and we will get back to you here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Hi, Father Sampson. What are you doing?
Hey, Mrs. Colbeck. I've just been spending hours enjoying our new swing set at Christ the King Playground. It's so much fun.
That's right, the new swing set.
With our classroom sizes averaging 15 to 20 students, everyone's going to get their turn on these new swings.
With tuition assistance available, it is never too late to enroll for preschool through 6th grade at Christ the King. It's going to be a great school year.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time: lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Now, back to the field.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, where some sour blood between, it looked like the O'Gorman coaching staff there was not too pleased with the Harrisburg kind of running up the score there at the end. I mean, that's a subject for a whole nother day, but it just seemed like that thing was 30 seconds left and no timeouts, and instead of just kneeling the football, decided to run it over. Now Coach Jason Poppinga is coming down, Brett, to your right, coming up to talk to us for the interview. It looks like he's on his way up. So we will wait for Coach Poppinga here and let him take it away. He's on his way up, and then we will have our post-game interview. It looks like he's going to... Yep, there he comes. Okay, so, folks, while we have Jason Poppinga coming up to the booth, we are now joined by head coach Jason Poppinga of the O'Gorman Knights. Coach, this was a tough ball game. I know that you guys were definitely pretty frustrated just in that first quarter alone. You get a very fortunate fumble recovery early, and you punch it in, execute perfectly on that first drive with the short field, and then 21 straight unanswered points where it just kind of seemed like we couldn't get anything going on the offensive end, and we just could not tackle anyone in open space. And then putting together that drive to end the second quarter, going into the half, and on a long touchdown drive, and then coming out and executing a long 80-yard drive that stalls at the 5-yard line. Those are just some of those things that are probably pretty frustrating, obviously, as a coach, knowing that you guys were just a couple of plays away and a couple of mental mistakes away. But what did you see in that first half, and then the adjustments that you guys made into the second half of this ball
obviously,
game?
I mean, they're a really talented team. I mean, the running back, I mean, he's a talented player, and missing tackles is a lot. Give a lot of credit to them, and up front, we really struggled with their 4-man pressure. I mean, we were out-muscled up front. So a lot of that you saw in the first quarter, second quarter, stalling out. I mean, we didn't handle pressure well at all. So, we started getting the ball out quicker in the second half, but you look at the difference between a Jacob Knuth that's getting 5 to 7 seconds every time to throw, and we're getting 2. So, I mean, we knew we were going to have to get the ball out quick and play the quick game, and we were pretty successful there for quite a while. Executing that, getting balls thrown in the right spot, but, when you give a good quarterback 5 to 7 seconds every time, it's tough to it's tough to do that, and the man-to-man battles, in the first quarter, those deep passes that we had, weren't catchable probably, and then the second half they were. That was the difference. We had Manny wide open in the first quarter for, a touchdown type throw and way over, out of bounds, no chance at it. In the second half, we have a chance for it and puts us in scoring position. But, like you said, the stall out, where we settled for 3 points, and then the bad snap, down on the goal line. Realistically, like we talked on the sideline, all the mistakes we made, we should have been 37-31.
Yep.
And then we hold them here at midfield, and they're not throwing a 4th down bomb into the end zone. They're punting there, and now we've got 2 minutes to drive the field to win. So,
yep.
I mean, there's a lot of things, but realistically, I mean, they're a really, really good team, and it was a good challenge for us, and I think it showed where we need to be, going in, and now we look forward to the next part of our schedule. We still got a tough road to hoe here the next 3 games, but we keep improving. We expect to win the next 3 games. So that's where we're at, and it's early in the season, and, we lost to a really, really good team, and now we need to start putting some wins back together.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach, for coming up here, and we always appreciate your time as always, and good luck, obviously, with this week's preparation as you guys head into play next Saturday.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
So that was head coach Jason Poppinga of the O'Gorman Knights. After the post-game interview, we'll get ready to take a break, and we'll come back with some other scores from around the state and a final post-game wrap-up here, as well as our Knights Pizza Ranch Player of the Game. That is up after the break here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN. From there you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
Welcome back to Harrisburg, home of the Tiger Bowl that just wrapped up under just under 3 hours of play. And Harrisburg pulled away towards the end of the ball game, ended up coming out with a 44-24 victory. However, the game was much closer throughout. It was a 13-point ball game, and O'Gorman was driving, had the ball inside the 10-yard line, and then a bad snap kind of sent them in. And basically did end the rest of the game. And then you see Harrisburg obviously throw a ball 50 yards down the field on 4th down and then push it in across the end zone with about 20 seconds left to make it 44-24.
So we were driving at 6:51 in the fourth quarter, and we were driving. We got the ball down, and then we where are we at? What yard line did we fumble on?
The 10-yard line.
The 10 line went back to the 25, whatever. About a 15-yard loss on that. That was at 6:51. We're down by 13. Coach was 100% correct. We'd have punched that in. We'd executed. We'd have been down by 6. We had a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did have a chance to win this thing. And I agree kind of what we're talking off the air about. Here they are with 30 seconds to go, and you're up. You're up by 13. O'Gorman has no timeouts left. Do you take the knee and just let the clock run out? But no, Harrisburg punched it in. I mean, I think that's a little bit, but like I said, they're flexing their muscles. They're a good team. They're ranked number 1. I think they wanted to show everybody that, and they did. But like me, if I'm a coach, I'm going to take a knee. Let's get out of here. 13-point win, that's pretty good. But, the Knights started off, with that fumble and took that 7-0 lead, and, and then it kind of went downhill. But that second quarter, beginning the third quarter, that's when the Knights played some decent football, wouldn't you say?
Yep. So a final from Howard Wood Field. Lincoln just pulled off a 54-yard tipped Hail Mary to beat the Watertown Arrows 26-21 on the final play of the ball game. The Lincoln Patriots team rushes the field after it was Tate Schaefer who rolled out to his right, threw it before getting hit, and then the ball was batted down in the air by the Arrows directly into the hands of Jake Smith, who then bulldozed his way right into the end zone untouched. Ball was tipped at the 7-yard line, caught at the 8, and then there was no one next to him as he walked his way into the end zone. And Lincoln walks it off in Hail Mary style.
So basically, and then Lincoln now is 2-0.
Yep.
2-0. So let's go to our player of the game. Who do you got, Isaac?
I think we're going to give our player of the game tonight to senior Rush Landry. Rush had a very good game offensively and a pretty good game defensively as well, was making some noise in the backfield. Rush had that big 74-yard reception that got all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then he also had that touchdown right away to start the game. So Rush Landry had about 100 yards receiving this evening and had a touchdown. So that will be our player of the game, our Pizza Ranch player of the game.
It's brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch is a daily buffet and fun zone for kids to play in. Pizza Ranch can be reached at 271-8646. We thank Pizza Ranch on 41st Street for sponsoring the O'Gorman Knights player of the game.
So we'll get ready to take one final break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up here as we get ready to send you into next broadcast on Saturday. We'll take one more final break, and we'll be back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR Network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to Therese at realpresenceradio.com. That's Therese at realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is Therese at realpresenceradio.com.
I'm Bishop Donald DeGrood. I'd like to invite you to the Through God's Love Conference on Saturday, October 30th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Over the last few months, we've been spreading the word about the diocesan vision, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. Now I'd like to invite you to participate in this conference, where we will help you respond to God's call and in turn help others know and love Him themselves. Visit sfcatholic.org and join me in the renewal the Holy Spirit is working in our diocese.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls offers a daily buffet featuring a variety of pizza choices, salad bar, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms that fit different group sizes. Their online menu provides another option for their customers to order from. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School, where the Knights just were defeated by the Tigers 44-24 here in the 2021 Tiger Bowl. A final post-game wrap-up. Final thoughts, Dan?
Oh, I tell you what, it's an interesting game. First half, a lot of mental mistakes throughout the whole game. But I tell you what, we were in this. We never gave up, but that is kind of the air went out of the balloon. The air when we had that fumble there at 6:51 in the fourth, and just things kind of like disintegrated. And that's where that's when I knew it was like, okay, we don't have a shot here. But I think we were in this the whole way. But
yeah.
We're gonna regroup. We're gonna get a good week of practice in. The weather seems good. Not much rain all week, and it's gonna be a fun week of practice. And we play again on Sunday or Saturday at 1. Let me give you a couple scores. Other games going on today, as Isaac mentioned, a Hail Mary at Howard Wood. Lincoln beat Watertown 26-21. Lincoln now is 2-0. Who would have thought that? And 2-0. Rapid City Stevens all over Roosevelt 43-33. Roosevelt's 0-2. Who would have thought that? First two games of the year. Brandon Valley leads Jefferson 17-7 at the end of 3. So Brandon Valley, we're going to have 3 at 2-0 here at the top of the AAA. Gorman is 1-1, and the final here is 44-24 to the Harrisburg Tigers.
And one thing I was just going to say too is I think you can kind of see what hurts O'Gorman a lot with the size of their players out there and everything is you have a lot of players playing both offense and defense right now for O'Gorman. You're at the beginning of the season too, where you're still trying to get into that peak shape that doesn't really start till probably end of September, early October. And when it's hot out, you have multiple, 5 or 6 guys going both ways, and I think you can kind of see the tired legs too. That's going to hurt us probably more in the beginning of the season, the end of the season as well, and with the short turnaround. So I think that's something, by October, you might have more specific roles for players right now, but I think with just the trust factor, you're having the Manny Strucks, the Rush Landrys, the Carter Petersons, David Alpers. It's it's like 7 or 8 guys playing high money snaps on both sides of the ball. So we'll see later on the season if that continues for O'Gorman. But even against a team like Harrisburg, who has a few players doing that, but not the majority of them.
But playing on a short week and then playing a caliber of team like these guys. Manny, the boys, they can't wait to sleep in tomorrow, get up and go to match, come home, take a nap, and sleep in. Hopefully sleep in Monday morning a little bit, but they got to be tired.
Absolutely.
All of them do. All 56, 70, guys on the team, they all got to be tired. No doubt about it.
Well, there's a lot to piggyback off of here, but I'm not going to waste your guys' time. It was an ugly first quarter for O'Gorman. It was a great opening 2 minutes, and after that, crap kind of hit the fan, and it was a rough going for a while. We couldn't push the ball, we couldn't get a stop on defense, and then they finally started to build a little bit of sustainability on offense and push the ball down the field. And then it's just the stalling drives, and like we said, we're just being a little bit undersized and not quite in enough football shape. You're going to lose games like this to a team like Harrisburg, who used to be Little Harrisburg out of just outside of Sioux Falls, and now Harrisburg has almost twice the enrollment that we do at O'Gorman. Harrisburg is building a second high school, and they've got a lot of guys to pick and choose from, and all of them big athletes. And when you go up against a team like this is like playing a Sioux Falls Roosevelt all over again. And coming off of Harrisburg having 8 days between their games and O'Gorman having 4, it's just tough to have to play a Harrisburg team like this. Obviously, you can make all of the excuses in the world that you want either way, but it comes down to the end of this is that O'Gorman is not at the stage of football that Harrisburg is at yet. Harrisburg, a lot of returning players, a 3-year starting quarterback. O'Gorman with a brand new quarterback and a brand new system and has never started a game up until this year. An inexperienced offensive line, a new backfield. There's a lot of moving parts for O'Gorman right now, not so much for Harrisburg. So this is where you always see those teams that have veteran depth winning a lot of games earlier in the season, and then towards the end of the season you might get another chance at them. This Harrisburg team reminds me a lot of Roosevelt from 2 years ago, where they were just basically stomping through everybody in the beginning of the season, and then come towards the end of the season when they've had teams having an ability to kind of scout them and look at some of their weaknesses, you could possibly get exposed in a late game in October, early November in a playoff game. That Roosevelt team 10-1 heading into the playoffs.
With the two Kuslers.
With the Kuslers and Dannenbring at quarterback and Feldkamp and Paulson. And then they lose their thunder because teams can come out and game plan them hard and scheme them up, and every team's got that sour taste in your mouth. I know for a fact that O'Gorman's putting that last touchdown up on the bulletin board, talking about the next time they see Harrisburg, they're hoping that script is flipped. I know I would be really frustrated as a coach if that happened to me, and I guarantee you that I would definitely put that up on the bulletin board, and if you ever had the chance, run it right back in their face. That's just the kind of the way I am. If you ever remember back when Georgia celebrated, Florida, now I'm a big Florida fan, Georgia celebrates in the end zone on a touchdown in the Georgia-Florida game. Okay, they bring their entire sideline onto the field just to celebrate and basically shove it in Florida's face. Florida goes on to lose that game, and then next season they come back, and Florida's winning like 48-7 in an absolute blowout, and there's less than a minute left, and Urban Meyer runs a handoff, and just Tim Tebow just runs, slides down, Urban calls timeout number 1. And then another play goes by, another run, Urban calls timeout number 2, and uses all 3 timeouts on the last drive, basically to soak it in the moment that they were beating Georgia by 40 points after what they did to them the year before. So it's always just those revenge games, and now you've got that coming here for O'Gorman. I guarantee you these boys are hungry to play Harrisburg again if they get that chance.
Okay, so that should wrap it up here tonight, the Harrisburg Bowls. So Tiger Bowl.
And next week we were playing Washington on the air about 12:30, and kickoff at 1 o'clock on Saturday at Howard Wood Field. That should be a good one.
So for Isaac Struck, Brett Byler, I'm Dan Johnson. We'll see you next Saturday afternoon at 12:30 from Howard Wood Field. God bless.
Go Knights.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Football has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Closets and More, and JMJ Caseworks. The BB Agency, Knights of Columbus Insurance, Crossroads Book and Music, Pizza Ranch, and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street.
The preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.